important to have a plan. Have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this Degen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom. So where you can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's ducks and squirrels. I just got sparkling water all over myself and my desk, but welcome to this here episode of the Degen Roundtable's Whiskey Wednesday, this beautiful 2nd of October, year of our Lord 2024. I almost said 2023. Nothing in this show is financial advice, as you can see on Brendan's hat, courtesy of our good friend, Crypto Coffee. Shout out to Coffee. He sells these hats. They're super cool, super awesome. So I'm super stoked to get into it. Today is Whiskey Wednesday. You guys can ask us anything. You guys can come hang out with us on stream. We normally open the stream for hangouts after about the 1 hour mark or something. So look at about the at the top of the next hour, we'll be sending out that StreamYard link. Or, you know, if we're feeling froggy and we're feeling a little bit ridiculous, we might shoot it out and push it out to you guys earlier in the comments and also over on the Telegram. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm one of the hosts here on Degen Roundtable. I like to travel around the States and build TV towers, and in my off time, I hang around with these degenerates and we make good, fun streams and have some fun and everything. Joining me tonight, we've got Brendan. He is our macroeconomic specialist, and he focuses a lot on stuff going on up in the high-level sectors of the economy, knows a lot about the Federal Reserve, knows a lot about what's going on with Jerome Powell and all those yoo-hoos up there in Washington. And we've also got Mr. Nate McGettit. Nate McGettit is something of a bit of a degen himself. He focuses a lot on liquidity providing, building money printing machines, and going and looking around at other ecosystems such as the Phantom ecosystem and other such things. And I'm totally like drawing a other ecosystems that you look at, bro. But yeah, these guys are joining me tonight. Let's find out what is new and exciting. Mr. Brendan Broski, it's been a while, dude. What's new and exciting with you, my friend? Also, you're still muted. There we go.
I'm not muted anymore. Let's see.
Correct.
Well, the first thing is today I am sipping on Gunpowder Irish Gin. It's a nice little touch of spice, but not overpowering. I have not poured myself a glass yet, but it's smooth at the same time. It's a Drumshanbo slow distilled Irish gunpowder gin. I don't know if people know this, but gin is generally, almost all gins are higher alcohol content than any other standard liquor. So
Really?
Gin on average is 94 proof. Most liquor is 80 proof. So some people are like, I don't know why I get so drunk off gin. Oh, well, maybe because it's like 15% stronger than what you're used to drinking. So that could be the reason. But that's a little thing. So I'm actually a gin connoisseur, a bit of a gin expert. Since this is Whiskey Wednesday, I'm going to show you all something impromptu. I actually keep a gin diary just for myself. And I rate.
Diary? Oh,
yeah. I actually give my tasting notes and ratings of all of these gins that I've had.
Holy smokes, that's awesome.
Boy, that's a lot of experience right there.
And that's
yeah,
probably like maybe half the gins I've tasted in my lifetime. So I generally keep a pretty good stock gin selection in my house. I probably have about 15 different gins currently sitting in my cabinet at the moment. And yeah, I never told you all about myself, but yeah, big into gin. You know, and the reason is, I found out that I had celiac disease, gluten-free, when I was 23. And back then, I didn't know what gluten was. I didn't know what I couldn't drink beer anymore. I didn't think I could drink liquor anymore. I was like, okay, what can I drink? And do you guys remember this thing where you could spend $1 and you could text KGB? And you'd like type in text KGB, and then you would ask them any question, and they would respond with a question. And I said, what liquor's gluten-free? And they responded to me with gin. And maybe they were right. Maybe they were wrong. My guess is they had no idea what they were talking about. But that is why I started drinking gin. And come to find out, come to find out, they probably had no idea what they were talking about. But they didn't necessarily steer me wrong. I can drink gin. It is safe. Distilled liquor does remove all the gluten once it's distilled, as long as it's not aged or something else goes in after the fact. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. So I don't know if I liked gin because I thought it was the only thing I could drink for the rest of my life.
Oh no, we're losing you.
Actually, liked
Nick, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can. You've been spotty though. I that whole opening, you were like, it was hard to see. It was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Okay.
But yeah, so that was before you had Google on your phone. That was before you had literally I'm texting like dot like letters to this, probably like Jay said, this Russian agent somewhere in Russia, and they're probably getting all my information about Americans and then selling it. But nonetheless, that is why I started drinking gin. Other than that, we did get news today that the SEC, the director of enforcement at the SEC, decided to leave today. Now, we also saw that the SEC decided to appeal the Ripple case. I'm curious if the director of enforcement thought differently about the appeal and didn't want to move forward with it. And he's like, I'm out of here. If you guys are going to appeal it, I'm out of here. Look, this is just thought. It's interesting that they came through at the same time. But yeah, it's just some interesting things happen in the macroeconomic sphere. But enough about me. Getting ahead of myself. Nate, McGinnis, buddy, it's great to have you back. I know it's been crazy with work and everything. How you been?
Oh, actually, it's fantastic because I actually got done at the time I'm supposed to get done, right, for work. And then I get home and Mrs. Producer was literally like, oh, you're home early. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, but yeah, no. What am I drinking today? Well, I am drinking myself just a little bit of the Captain Morgan, just a little bit of the Captain in You, spiced rum, right? And then I'm going to add that too. I'm going to mix it here with some Mountain Dew Code Red. I thought kind of the vanilla-like flavor would go really good with the whole cherry. And I know sometimes I'll do it with like a live wire, like an orange, and you make like a dreamsicle type of flavor. It's fantastic. But yeah, I was kind of thinking, yeah, why not some cherry? But then I'm finishing off a Heineken as well. So usually when you start drinking, I like to start with something a little bit lighter, like say a beer or whatever, and then move into the heavier stuff after that.
Bro, fucking Nate's drinking the Captain, dude. I gotta get in costume for this. This is fucking brilliant, bro. I love it.
Oh my God, you fucking have a sword too.
Dude, yeah,
it's a fake sword.
Me and my no, this is real. This will fucking cut shit. Hang on. I don't have anything I can cut.
I was joking.
Oh,
I've been on stream. I was joking.
Anyways,
why don't you cut your hand off on stream?
I liked it. Oh, that would be super fun. I love that you're drinking fucking Captain Morgan, Nate. That's fucking awesome. I
it's damn good.
An excuse to throw this shit on. I was super stoked. Like right before stream. So like this came in the mail like not but a couple days ago, and me and my coworker were outside like throwing potatoes at each other, playing freaking Fruit Ninja like right before stream and stuff. So it was super fun. I'm gonna take this off though because it's freaking ridiculous and hot and stuff. But dude, what was I gonna say? Oh man, there was something I was gonna say before I went and got excited about costume changes and things. Nate, what were you talking about?
Oh, I'm back, baby. Ready to get into so I got a question. Okay, so I'm gone for like 2 weeks, right? And basically just really no connection to the crypto world or anything for the most part. It was just solely focusing on my IRL work, right? And then I come back and there are so many green candles everywhere. What the hell is going on?
Dude, yeah, like you came back at just the right time, bro. And speaking of timing, it is timing for us to do chat shoutouts. Once I find my paper, I appear to have dropped it. in my drunken stupor of running about the. It's time for chat shoutouts, ladies and gentlemen. You already know where. Aha! I found it. It's sitting on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. By the way, I'm drinking Bacardi. For those of you guys that like some of that good old cheap liquor and things. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for chat motherfucking shoutouts. So let's go ahead and get right into it because I see we've got a lot of people hanging out in the chats ready to talk to us and get our fun and fancy audience all entertained and things. So first and foremost, we've got our very own Mr. Kenturian54X showing up 2 hours early at 5 o'clock Central, saying early to chat and early on the whiskey. What's up,
Nothing wrong with that.
You, amigo? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chats, Kenturian. I'm gonna be hopping on to see if these later tonight. So if you're feeling froggy about drinking and playing some video games, I'm gonna totally be down like a brown clown for Chinatown. Good to see you, bro. Funkmaster Hex is up next. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening to you too, good sir. I love Funkmaster Hex. He's always got the drink at the end of his chats. Both
and I got the right cup for him. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Little cup, large ice cube.
Dude, is that one of those circular ice cubes, Brendan? Can you hold that up again?
Yeah, so actually the glass is Death Star and the ice cube is also made into the shape of Death Star.
Bro, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's kick-ass. I love it. Excellent. Well, welcome, Funkmaster Hex. Good to see you, broski. Up next, we've got Wonderwolf IO. So shout out to Wonderwolf. He's probably, I would imagine, Wonderwolf is going to be joining us later. He asked me for the stream link. So I'm stoked to talk to you, broski. I don't think I've spoken with you real life, just in the chats and things, but I have watched some of your streams and stuff. So very good. Happy to see you. And good that you're getting caffeinated. I think that you had mentioned that it's early in the morning, or I'm presuming it's early in the morning since you're taking and imbibing caffeine. So excellent. Next up, we've got Moon-Pilled Rational Optics saying Degens assemble. Absolutely right. We are going to assemble. Here we are. We've got all you guys. We've got all us guys. We're ready to rock and roll and hop right on into it. Next up, we've got our very own Frank White. Bang, bang, pulse gang. Bang, bang to you, good sir. Glad to see you. Welcome. Hashtag early. Next up after that, we've got the very own Crypto Black Sheep in his house. What's up, dudes? What's up, Black Sheep? That was a fun stream that
Yo, you got to join us today, bro.
Earlier.
I'm thinking Black Sheep might join later.
That would be super cool. If you're thinking about joining, Chris, we'd love to have you, broski. It would be super kick-ass. And we were talking, Ian J and I started a little communications. If anybody in the Degen Roundtable wants to play some poker, Ian J. Gold and I are looking at setting up a Pulse Chain Poker Telegram, he's already got a Telegram set up, but he was wanting to collaborate with the Degen Roundtable guys and see if we can get a poker tournament going on or after one of the before or after one of the Whiskey Wednesdays. So I'm super down. I think he was saying 2 weeks from now, but I'm totally down. I will be there. Sounds like Brendan's interested. But yeah. I will get you more details as we figure it out. Next up, we've got look at that, Wonderwolf again. Will's got that energy. Yes, I actually just took 2 of you guys remember those Energizer Bunny commercials where it's like the bunny that just kept doing everything forever because he had the Energizer Bunny. Well, I had 3 Energizer AAA batteries for breakfast this morning, and I had another 2 of them for dinner. So I'm ready to roll, rocking and rolling. Hopefully Israel doesn't find out about it and try and do that little detonate thing and make me cook from the inside. That would not be so great, but we'll see what's going on. Next up, we've got Mr. Angry Twinkie asking us what are the beverages of choice. I'm drinking Bacardi. Brendan, you said that you've got some gin of some sort, the bullet one. I believe.
Irish gunpowder gin from Drumshambo.
Yep, and then Nate's got the Captain Morgan. Most excellent. Yes, Avast and things of that nature. Haha, I fucking love this thing, dude. This thing is so cool. All right, okay, where are we at? Chat shoutouts. Next up, we got Tam. What's up, fam? What's up, Tam? Good to see you. Welcome to the chats. After that, we've got Wonderwolf again. There is a blueberry gin from Bavaria called Illusionist. Have you tried it, Mr. Brendan?
I have not tried the Illusionist that I know of. I'm not even sure I've ever had a gin from Bavaria. I don't believe I have. I've had gins from all over the world, but those types of gins don't get here very readily.
That makes
Sometimes
sense.
I'm in Spain or travel to Spain usually once a year for work. I do get some more European gins from around different countries that I'm not as easy to find here in the United States or able to find at all. But that one does not spark a memory in my brain, so I'm gonna have to put it on the list to try it.
Excellent. I'm a little bit curious myself because I know the. Oh wait, no, I was thinking of a Belgian waffle, not a Bavarian waffle. Just kidding. Bavaria is over.
Bavarian. You might be thinking Bavarian cream.
That's the one. Yep, Bavarian cream. That's over by Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Both Bulgaria and Bavaria. I'm willing to bet that's. Man, my European geography is lacking, but my spidey sense is telling me it's near the Balkans. Or something in that area.
Bavaria is. I mean, it's technically like a German state, I believe. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Got it. It's a small zone inside of the German country.
Correct.
Excellent.
Isn't
State,
that like a
province,
province?
all that good stuff. Next up, we've got our very own. Oh goodness, am I going robot? I'm guessing.
No,
oh, okay, sweet. My screen cut out there for a second. Next up, we've got our very own Agent J of the Degen Roundtable saying, "When I hear KGB, I think of the Russians." I never used the text KGB Brendan thing. Is it?
It probably didn't exist when you had it when you were old enough to have a cell phone, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got my first cell phone like. Well, I had like a regular phone when I was in high school, like one of those little like, flippy clamshells or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was very like in the dark about everything cell phones. I only just recently got like my very first smartphone like 2 years ago. So I was doing Degen Roundtable things, I think, before I got a smartphone.
Damn.
Or before I got my very own smartphone. But let's see. So KGB, yeah. Whenever he sees or hears KGB, he thinks of the Russians. Excellent. Good to see you, Jay. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Who do we got next, Mrs. Producer? We've got Hex Glenn. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you too, Mr. Hex Glenn. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Always happy to have you on as well. Next up, we've got Hexagon Lost in Asia. He is here for it. Hell yeah, bro. I'm not sure what the it is, but we're here and we're ready for it. So glad to see you. After that, we've got Farmer J, also known as Brown, West up. I think he meant to probably say what's up, but the West is up as well. I know that he's over in California, and I'm from the great.
Maybe he's saying the West is better, like West up, baby.
Oh, the West is the best, as Jim Morrison would say in the song "The End" by The Doors. Yes, the West is the best, so the West is what's up. Ooh. We've got a new name that I don't recall seeing here before. We've got Mr. Smooth Brain Boomstick watching from the weeds, gents. Good to see a Smooth Brain Boomstick. Forgive me if I've forgotten you or if you've been on the channel before, but welcome to the Degen Roundtable. Good to have you, broski, and I am stoked to see you. Next up in the chat shout out, we've got Mr. Hex Glenn. Is it Peppery Bee?
Good question. Yeah, so this is interesting. It's actually made with gunpowder tea. I don't know if you guys are if you're familiar with gunpowder tea, but it's like an English type of tea where they actually like wrap the tea into like pellets, almost like little small pellets.
Oh, that's cool.
Like you find, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah, so they use some of the botanicals from gunpowder tea into this gin, but it does have a bit of a here. Let me give you some tasting notes. Yeah, definitely some pepper, definitely some coriander. There is a flavor in there I don't particularly recognize. Maybe that's the gunpowder tea, but it's a little bit different than traditional London dries because it is a little bit more complexity from the spices. So really well balanced gin. It's not one that I'm always going to want to drink because it is a little bit on the spicy, pepper coriander side, but quite curious and quite interesting. Yeah, give it a 7.2 out of 10.
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
You really just made that freaking meme.
Yeah, dude. You remember that shit? That's like old internet. All right. We actually have a question here from the audience. I can't remember. It was something about Pokemon. Oh, this is a question for you, Mr. Nate from Kenturian54X. Mrs. Producer, at 708, he asked right above Black Sheep's chat. Yes, that one right there. what do you know about the Pokemon tokens on Pulse Chain, Mr. Nate? Do you have any information or any knowledge?
Yeah, so I mean, Pika on Pulse Chain, right? So that one started off, it was kind of like a rug or whatever, and then people, the community took over, and people like it now. And then Sami got a hold of it, and he started talking a lot about it. And so, because obviously, that became popular, somebody came up with the idea that, hey, I mean, let's just make an entire Poke Center now. And so they have like a whole Poke Center, and I guess this is what's interesting about this is like another sub community that was just created recently, because if you kind of think about like how Tangang is, right, where you just have all these basically fruits and stuff. Hey, Charmander, bam. But like it's all like the fruits and stuff. This same sort of thing, it's kind of the same thing, only it's with Pokemon shit coins instead. And so then at that way, you can just keep making more technically. But yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting idea. Like I really like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit worried about like copywriting and stuff though. That might be an actual issue. And like Pika on Pulse Chain.
Oh, nice, Umbreon.
Pika on Pulse Chain. I know that they changed a couple of things, just a bunch of minor little things, so that way they technically couldn't get sued. And I do know that Pokemon is really bad about suing people or going after people. So yeah, maybe we don't want it to become too popular and end up with a really big like lawsuit or something on Pulse Chain. But yeah, you just got to be careful, guys.
Has Fofmon, the 404mon, have they got involved in the Poke Center at all? Because they're the sort of Pokemon like NFTs. They're pretty cool.
What's interesting about that is I think they fell off, didn't they? Are they still going?
I mean, they're still there. They still post. I still see giveaways in their chat. But just like every coin, anytime that it's not doing well, after their initial pumps, you just don't hear about it as much because there's millions of coins, and the next new coin is what people are interested in. But they're still there. Yeah, they still talk. They still do giveaways in their chat fairly consistently. But yeah, I don't know what their plans are. I haven't been paying that much attention to it, to be honest. But I have like 5 of their NFTs, but they're 404s, so you could buy a fraction if you need be. I haven't checked like the coin price versus like what I could sell the NFTs for, because one of them I have is like a tier 4, which is like really rare. But I've already like sold back and got my initial investment out, so they're just sitting there pretty much forever.
So yeah, just wait for everything to go up, because you know how the risk curve goes.
There's gonna be a random shit coin that's just gonna somehow do 100x for absolutely no reason. There's no reason for do 100x, but it's like, so all of my meme coins, I've taken my initial investments out, and they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there ready to go up. I have sold some that I'm not interested in holding, but the rest I'm just sitting there and waiting, biding my time.
Yeah, I capitulated a few more as well, because I was getting to the point where, and this Brendan, this goes to your point about how there's always a new one or whatever, and it's not just Pulse Chain alone. There was other ones from other chains as well, but I was hitting the point where I think I was at 54 coins overall. Yeah, that's too much, and of course, it's just $100 scratcher. It's not much, but
there's $5,000.
I know, but at the same time, it's like that's a lot of different coins that I just don't believe in, one, and I would jeet the hell out of them, right? So, and then I was looking at like, say, the farms and things like that that I had currently, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I think I would much rather just get rid of some of these that I don't believe in, that I really don't care about, just sell them even at a loss, technically, capitulate them over into like, say, the Pulse farms or Pulse X farms, and I would much rather, or 2Fucks, and I got a bunch of other them actually, but yeah, just go into those ones instead. Just farm things out, calm down.
We don't need all that extra risk. Like I want to hold some meme coins. Like I don't mind holding some, especially the ones that have vibrant communities. I think those ones are a little bit safer long term. The ones that are building, actual utility, also a little bit safer long term. But look, Pulse Chain's already, a chance to do a 50 to 500x, right? So it's like, how much riskier do you want for another 10x, right? Or another 5x, when you could just be farming and getting that automatic extra money because you're earning it in ink, you know? So I've taken that route as well, mostly going towards the farming and just earning that ink rather than sitting on too many meme coins. But I still have, you know, a handful, 10, 5, 10.
Yeah, and the majority of my meme coins were all on AVAX or Avalanche, whatever you want to call it. Avalanche, Phantom, and then Pulse Chain. I just yeah, okay.
I'm just mostly Pulse Chain when it comes to meme coins, and in general, I'm mostly Pulse Chain. But yeah, I mean, there's still some strong communities. Like Two Fox communities, great. Abdul's doing good things over there. Bryberry's coming out. We'll have him on to talk about that at some point. You know, Tang Gang. I know there's like always like some infighting between the communities, but there's a lot of good communities out there still.
You know what's weird, actually? So here's what's really strange. It's only in Pulse Chain am I seeing the fighting going on, but it's also the only place I see people really talking. When you look at like the communities that are like, oh, this coin's gonna go up, you know, it's vibrant and everything, you can tell that people are not bots. They have that over on Phantom and Avalanche, but there is no excitement there. There is no infighting. And it's something interesting, right? It's like, hey, you actually kind of want that infighting a little bit. The reason why is because there's a passion there, you know? Yeah. And so when I'm going over and I have all these other meme coins, I'm like, yay, it's gonna pump to the moon 100%. Sure, okay, yeah, I will, but like, you know, is there anything else that you want to talk about? What about this other meme coin that, you know, is saying that your meme coin is shit? And they're like,
yeah, but you know what? If Phantom was at 5 cents, it'd probably be more infighting. They're at 70 cents, right? they're not that wrecked.
True.
But you know, like Pulse Chain, I mean, we got way wrecked. Like Pulse Chain Hex, like, you know, when you're down 99+%, like it's just people are upset. There's animosity because of that, and you know, it just brings out the worst in people sometimes. I don't even think all of it was, you know, it's just things that happen in those situations. But look what happens with green candles. Have you seen any fighting recently? So no, right? Like green candle solves all.
It's weird how it heals all wounds. It's so weird just how it does.
But Nate, you're right. Like the passion in Pulse Chain is there, and that's awesome. And being down 99% and still having that passion, still having, you know, something like 70 different influencers streaming regularly about the chain. Name another chain that has that many influencers streaming regularly, tweeting, you know, going around. And this week, we've actually seen some pretty major non-Richard Hart ecosystem influencers be like, hey, this Hex and Pulse Chain community is really catching my eye because they're so vibrant. They're talking, they're clicking, they're involved. And people are seeing that passion, and that passion is drawing people to the chain. And I find that awesome. And we have to continue to do that. We have to continue to be passionate. We have to continue to reach out. We have to continue to want people to be like, hey, what are they doing over there? You know, why are all of these people talking about this? Why is there so much passion coming from a chain that's down 99%? You know, there's something different there, right? And that's an interest. And then you see a 200% bubble, and you're like, wait, I remember people talking about this thing. Maybe I should go check it out, right? And so that passion, then when you see green candles, turns into interest. And that's what we need. That's what we've been developing. That's what we need to continue to develop.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you get crypto banter, and Ranny just goes in.
Oh man,
fucker.
But he got roasted, and to his credit, he came back and apologized, and we still kept kicking him when he was down, but that's all right, you know.
That's he'll come back. He'll come back. But yeah, no, you're right about that, because like I was doing a little bit of digging around because of all the pumps that were going on. I've been seeing a lot of alerts for like 163,000 you know, of a stable coin has been bridged over, and I'm seeing all these like really high numbers, the 6-figure numbers being bridged over. And I started kind of talking around, and it's like, hey, think about it this way, right? We got Tam out there. She had some dude put in $325,000 or whatever in. It's like, congratulations, Tam, you are absolutely amazing. The literal #1 fucking cheerleader in crypto. That is you. But then we've got like Corey Geary. He's out there. He's literally gotten an entire cabal of his own, of just like real estate guys. And I'm pretty sure what's going on right now is you've got so much excitement over the green candles that everyone's running around yelling, hey, if you don't get into Pulse Chain now, you're going to be left behind. And look at what Hex did, right? The green candles on Hex, right? Just whoop like that. They're gonna be like, this is going to be pulse chain in like no time at all, like just the next couple of months, right? And so
You
people,
get it
because of
one
that
day late,
FOMO,
you get 1 day late, and you might miss a 5x, right? Like
yeah,
it's that crazy.
exactly. And so that
Couple days
FOMO, they're
late.
like, you better get in now. And people who obviously aren't like us, right? Who are like, oh yeah, I'm sure it'll do that right away. Let me yeet freaking 100,000, 200,000, $500,000 in the same day at it, right? But these people, obviously the FOMO's there, so they bridge over and they start buying immediately. It's like, hey, I need to get my money in there. And hence we got the green candles, which is going to be nice. I'm a little bit worried about about when we get to like say December, and then or when we hit December, and all of a sudden it's just going to like people are going to start selling. I think probably we still have one last thing, one last barrier to breach, and that's going to be the day one sack or whatever. Once we hit all, I'll just go ahead and say it this way. Once we hit all new all-time highs, I think that's when a lot of people are going to start just jeeting the crap out of their bags. Because I think there's a lot of people who are still waiting for winning to hit even on their money. However, if we have like really quick green candles, right? I think they might think that this is what Hex did before, and so then therefore they will actually diamond hands and hold it now because they think, oh, maybe me wanting to get out was a dumb idea. However, they might still sell like a good 30-50% of their bags because they just don't. The pain was too much for holding for 3 years. But I don't know. Just it's some ideas I'm throwing out there that I could definitely see happening. But you can definitely tell people are FOMOing in right now, and it's all you motherfuckers out there being loud as all shit because we have a few green candles telling everybody to get in right now. Which I think, yeah, everyone. No, you guys got to keep it up, man, and I'll try and help out a little bit too. How about that?
I will say, you're talking about people out there FOMOing in, and I'm just thinking like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm FOMOing in right now. I've been FOMOing in the whole fucking time, like for the last 2 years. I've been FOMOing in every single green candle, every single red candle is just like throwing all of my economic energy that I can possibly spare at this thing. Like, this is the last opportunity, and like I will say, it's like as much as it sucks that I'm sad that my ability to grab the same number of T shares every week is starting to go down now that the Hex price is going up. It's like, well, I guess this is the part where I wipe away my salty tears and I just get used to the fact that, like, okay, price is going up. I guess my weekly T share DCA is going to be down for a little bit. So we'll see how that goes, and it'll be all sorts of good fun and stuff. There's a couple comments that I want to bring up. We'll go ahead and continue the round of chat shoutouts, and then Brendan, we'll go ahead and start. Actually, Mrs. Producer, can you go ahead and bring up Mr. Smooth Brain Boomsticks, CMC alumni? So he's answering the question of like, where did the Pokemon Pokemon stuff come from? Apparently, it comes from the Crypto Mindset course alumni. So he's saying that he loves our insight and that his favorite gin is Botanist and he loves his scotch. Something tells me that this man is a English gentleman or a United Kingdom gentleman because his favorite is the Botanist. So he spells it like an Englishman.
So I actually recognized the name when I saw him in the chat. I'm pretty sure he's in our Telegram. But I took a CMC course with him. I think the last course that I did was Q2 2023, and I'm pretty sure he was in that course, if my memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong, but I recognize the name, and now that he says that he's a CMC alumni, that checks out. Now things are coming together. So Botanist is a fantastic gin. For a gin that I can get almost anywhere, it's very, very, very easy to find in South Florida, especially in Miami, and it's great. Honestly, it's very complex. It's smooth, not too floral, not too spicy, really well balanced. Good drink straight, good in a cocktail. It's just a really great, well-rounded gin. I would put it on one of those gins that's like a staple. Yeah, it's a great gin. And I love my scotch too, and I love my Irish whiskey. So right there with you.
As we all know, our token Irishman, Mr. Brendan the Anonymous Bean, and his Irish whiskey. We fucking love hearing about your trips to Ireland, bro, and doing all the cool things you do. Speaking of cool things happening in Irish whiskey, we've got Mr. Fox Mulder talking about how Whiskey Wednesday, and then he drinks some beer. That's clickbait. You know, you're absolutely
He's
right,
talking
sir.
about me.
And we gotcha. It is clickbait. That's what we're trying to do.
None of us are drinking whiskey. Hey, I would be drinking whiskey probably if I didn't finish a bottle of whiskey with a friend on Monday.
Hell yeah.
That was accidental.
What was it good though? Was it, I imagine it was a good
Jameson. I mean, Jameson's always good.
Yes.
Wow, Jameson is so good.
Excellent. And then finally for these chat shoutouts, we've also got our very own Maddie Allen of Hex Therapy Live.
Maddie.
What's up, Maddie? Good to see you,
brother.
Welcome into the chats. Good to have you on, bro. Shout out to Maddie. I saw a picture recently of Maddie with Jordan Peterson. So congratulations, Maddie Allen, for onboarding Jordan Peterson into Pulse Chain. I'm not sure. I'd be curious to know how
did that happen?
into the weeds Jordan Peterson is in the cryptocurrency community. But I saw the post about you and him arm in arm and whatnot, and I think you had mentioned that you presented him with one of your little tokens, the metal coin that has the seed phrases or the something on it. So excellent. We've got Jordan Peterson onboarded into Pulse Chain, whether he knows it or not. He is in. So the gang is set and the pages are loaded. So good to see you, broski. All right. Farmer J, something about Flynn Rider is his name. Oh, I'm guessing. Oh, that's kick ass. So shout out to Flynn Rider, the
it's for
originator.
the Polka Center.
Yeah.
And do you guys know who Flynn Rider is in animated television?
Nah, who is that?
So he's the prince in what the hell's that name? The Disney
Tangled.
movie. Tangled. Thank you. Rapunzel,
She immediately knew it. She was yelling
Flynn
at me
Rider,
over here.
Flynn Rider's the one that woos Rapunzel.
Oh, okay. By climbing on her hair.
Something like that.
Into the castle.
At least in Tangled.
Excellent. Good for him. Good job, Flynn. Way to, I suppose, a good Christmas present for her would be a comb, and his real name is Eugene. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, she's a
Flynn
Disney
Rider,
nerd.
Eugene. Mrs. Producer, we have a fresh chat from Mr. Ock Jockey or M Rock Jockey. I still don't know, bro. You're gonna have to tell us. He's giving us the metal yellow fist red. I don't.
I'm pretty sure that's supposed
first
to be.
red. Oh, we're number one. You're absolutely right, M Rock Jockey or Mr. Ock Jockey. I need to know how to pronounce that, bro. You need to tell us at some point, so I'm not just over here saying your name wrong all the damn time.
I'm just gonna say Rock Jockey. I mean, M Rock Jockey.
M Rock Jockey.
You go
I think the M Rock Jockey. M Rock Jockey.
I would just personally call him Rock Jockey because, or you could call him Rock Jockey.
Rock. I love it. This is great.
Yo, freaking Farmer is wild.
What's Farmer doing? Tangle, another example of women choosing a homeless criminal to yes.
Well, Brown lives in California, so he's probably used to seeing that.
I will say, you know what? I'm going to be a good D gentleman on this stream. We're nothing but a bunch of D gentlemans around here. Speaking of being D gentlemans, Mrs. Producer, why don't you go ahead and send out that StreamYard link into the chats, and then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you wish to join us here on the Degen Roundtable, if you want to be one of our bar hoppers tonight, you want to come say hello, talk about what's up, what's going on, just click on that StreamYard link that is down there in the chats. I would say below, but I think that YouTube puts it off to the side. So if you want to hop on over into the stream, hop on live, come shoot the shit with us, come hang out, come have fun, then go ahead and click on that StreamYard link. Oh, we've also got, Mrs. Producer, can you pull up our newest add-on, our newest join? We've got Nate the Great. Evening, fellas. Evening to you too, Mr. Nate the Great. Now we've got 2 Nates. We just can't get it. We need more Nates. How many Nates are possible? How many can we get in here? I want to say we can at least get 4 Nates on this stream, both in the chats and on live. And then you guys can have, like, I don't know, a rock paper scissors contest to see who gets to be.
We can have a Nate off.
A Nate off, yes, a Bernie Nate off, and you guys all fight to see who gets to be the king of the Ponzi's for the Degen Roundtable. So most excellent. All right, Let's see. Let me check the Telegram and make sure that we've placed the chat over in there. While we're doing that, I have a little article that I just wanna read the title for it as just like a little bit of a little bit of a topic of conversation and stuff. But this is from Crypto News, the Telegram chat, Crypto News. Congressman Ro Khanna says Bitcoin that has been seized by the U.S. government should be used as a strategic reserve asset, given its potential for appreciation. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this, Nate and Brendan. What do you guys think about what should the U.S. government do with the Bitcoin that it has taken from people? And I don't like the word seized, but I guess it is seized, right? Like, where did it come from? Where did it go? What's up with it? What should they do with it? What do you guys think should happen with the Bitcoin that the government's got in its balance, or that the government has seized from people? Go ahead, Nate. I see you're already off mute. You got something?
I think they should do what they do with taxes, because they seize my money every single paycheck.
Ooh. So the precedent's already set. You're saying they should just spend it,
They should spend it. They should spend it on better roads. They should spend it on healthcare. They should spend it on rainbow sidewalks.
Wait, Nate. Now, when you say spend the Bitcoin, do you mean dump it on the market in exchange for fiat, or do you mean exchange it with goods and service providers as a means of like barter and wealth transfer?
Here's what I think. Here's what I really think. Okay, what I think they should do is they should diamond hands hold it, and then with my taxes that they steal from me, what they should do is buy more Bitcoin, and so that way they're taking money from me to forcefully DCA into Bitcoin.
Okay,
and then I can get my tax return in Bitcoin.
Ooh. We've got we've got a thought from Maddie Allen. Have you seen this, Nate? Down there on the bottom, Mr. Producer, can you pull that?
Hex is a better Bitcoin, anyways. Come on.
Oh, the USA should buy Hex with all the seized Bitcoin. I think,
and then stake it 5,555.
Oh my god, bro, dude, that would be fucking bullish as hell. The U.S. government should buy and stake Hex with all of that Bitcoin, so that way we know that they're being benevolent. We don't just trust them. Right?
Hey, let's get the United States a Hex ladder set up. You know, so then they can't send it. They can't spend it all at once, but they can then use the interest rather than borrowing money and paying interest. They can save money and earn interest. Yeah. Right? Wild.
I think that would be wise if the U.S. government took all their Bitcoin, turned it into Hex, and then staked it out. I mean, that's essentially what I did as soon as I learned about Hex. Is I swapped all of my Bitcoin into Ethereum and immediately staked all of it out, or immediately bought Hex and just staked it all out. So shout out to Maddie Allen with your fantastic idea. I love it. We're going to have to go ahead and peep into Mr. JD Vance and Donald Trump's ear. And I guess Kamala and Tim can listen too, since they probably need some help. Speaking of, there was a debate last night. What's up, Brendan?
Before we get to the debate, I would just say realistically, since I don't think the United States government is going to buy Hex and stake it 5,555, although I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think that we do need to keep a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Look, we have a strategic reserve of gold. Why wouldn't we diversify what we keep strategically? We have oil, right? We have gold. I think we need Bitcoin. I think to continue to be a world power, I think we need some sort of, digital asset that we're sitting on. And I think that needs, look, do I think the dollar should possibly be backed by something? Maybe. But that I don't think is going to happen, at least maybe not in our lifetime. So at least having a strategic reserve and adding to what we have, like I said, we have gold, we have oil, we have other things already. Bitcoin would be the next step. And yes, we should turn what we've kept into Bitcoin. But, if it dips, we should probably buy more because we need to make sure that we are the leader. We own the most, more than anyone. And that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that, El Salvador?
I was about to say, I wonder how much El Salvador has on their balance sheets. And I think they're mining, so they might be one step ahead of us. I mean, who knows? Maybe the government's secretly mining. That wouldn't surprise me one little bit if the government was secretly, surreptitiously mining Bitcoin. Surreptitiously is the wrong word. if they were off of the official, the official dossier mining Bitcoin in some fucking grandpa's shack up in Alaska or something like that.
I
That would
actually, it's
bring-
not the government doing it. It was actually this was found out in 2019, I think it was 2017, somewhere in there. But it was actually like BlackRock and other large institutions. They were setting stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, bro.
Cool.
That does not surprise me at all. So
We
Nate,
do
you
have-
think that they should spend it, use it. Brendan, you think they should save it. Matty Holland thinks that they should turn it into Hex and stake it. Does that sum up your guys' sentiment pretty good?
Yeah. Hold and buy more.
Okay. Hold and
They
buy
should
more.
they should give it to me in a tax return. That's what they should do.
Ooh.
And yes, El Salvador does mine Bitcoin, but they also consistently buy Bitcoin in addition to owning it.
I've got a third option that I think should happen, and you guys are gonna like this. I think the government should burn it. I think they should send it to a dead address. They should send it to
fat chance
Satoshi's
of
wallet.
that.
That's what I think they should do. They should just fucking be benevolent and get rid of. I mean, they didn't earn it. They didn't go about they basically seized it from criminals. So who better to send it to than either a dead address or to send it to Satoshi's wallet, right? I wonder how much Bitcoin has been sent to Satoshi's wallet as like a tribute or like a hey, thank you for making this thing. Like, what a benevolent move and what an interesting thing to do for the government to be like, oh yeah, this isn't ours. We stole it from criminals. Like, what does the government do when they seize,
money and drugs?
Money and drugs.
The money they
sell the
keep, the
drugs?
drugs they use. I'm kidding.
Yeah. There's something to be said about like the crack epidemic in the 1980s. Now it's not time for me to put on the tinfoil hat here, but like I do think that the government finds a way to use everything that's valuable, much like the Native Americans used all the valuable parts of the buffalo when they went on their hunts and they did all their stuff. So I would be very very interested to see what the government is going to do with the Bitcoin, whether they keep it, whether they sell it, or whether they, destroy it. I don't think they're going to destroy it. I very much think that they're going to keep their grubby little paws on all that money, or they're going to.
If Trump gets elected, I hope he's true to his word and turning it into a reserve. I really hope he is.
That would be awesome.
We know that JD Vance is big into crypto. That man owns a lot of crypto.
Yeah.
And we know that he's been a forefront, very high, talking about it. Look, it's here to stay. I won't get into a long story because we have a super chat and we have people that want to hop in. But about a year and a half ago, I was sitting down to dinner with a colleague from work. Very, very astute. He's one of the smartest brains in our industry, in exterior building cladding. He's a savant, very smart man, knows a lot about world, knows a lot about economics. And we were talking crypto, and he was saying, and this was a time when the government was, seeming like they were going to shut down Bitcoin before the ETFs happened. It was like the darkest of the dark, right? Bitcoin was at like 30,000 or something like that. And, and I'm sitting there explaining to him the benefits and the positive of crypto. And he's like, but the USA looks like they're going to shut down Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. The ball is rolling. It can't be shut down. They can't turn away from Bitcoin, or they're going to turn away from being, one of the imminent superpowers and embracers of current new technology in the world. So yes, there are some people that are worried by it, but it just takes time for adoption. It just takes time to realize that this is a new technology. And then when Bitcoin hit 65,000 or 70,000, he sent me a text and he said, "You were right. Congrats."
Very nice. Eating that slice of humble pie. Speaking of eating slices of humble pie, we've got some excellent and humble gentlemen in the background.
And a super chat.
Yes, we do have a super chat. This is from our very own Pulse Jitsu with Fast Abdul. He sent us 75 oohs. So
you're fucking oohs. What the hell is that, Abdul?
Uruguayan pesos, maybe, I think.
But he sent us 75 of them, and it's green, so that means it's a boatload of money. I'm guessing that this is the currency that they trade camels for over at the Camel Clan or something. Ah, yes, look at that. We've got our Camel Clan mafioso man over there, Mr. Fast
Those
Abdul.
would be Uruguayan pesos.
Excellent. Good
I always like
choice.
to keep some of those around. You never know when you're going to need some Uruguayan pesos.
That is true. I love it. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Fast Abdul. What is new and exciting with you, my friend? It's been what, a week since last we've spoken. You were on last Whiskey Wednesday, were you not?
I can't remember. It all kind of blends together, honestly.
It does kind
He's
of.
probably drunk off his ass.
After a certain point, it is all kind of one big giant smorgasbord. Excellent, Mrs. Producer. Let's go ahead and bring in all of them, and then we will go round robin as they're hanging out and having fun. Oh, excellent! We've got Mr. C3, we've got Mr. Simon, Farmer J, Crypto Black Sheep, and Proof of No Work Developer. What a fantastic and full evening! Wow, we are totally booked out then. So, gentlemen, one at a time, we're going to go round the table. For the folks at home who might not know who you are, and we're going to include you in this too, Mr. Fast Abdul, give yourself a brief introduction of who you are, what you do, and I suppose where the folks can find you. In the event that we lose connection in the stream or something, we'll give you another opportunity at the end of the stream to talk about where the folks can find you and what you got going on again. Oh, and also, if you happen to be drinking anything, because it is a Whiskey Wednesday, if you happen to be drinking anything, then let us know what you're sipping on. But starting with Mr. Fast Abdul, then we'll go C3, Proof of No Work, Simon, Farmer, and we'll finish up with the most degenerate man on the show right now, Mr. Black Sheep with the crazy face. But Fast Abdul, that's fucking ridiculous.
How's that?
But Mr. Fast Abdul, real quick, who are you?
Oh,
what do you
shit.
do? And where can the folks find your stuff?
Cool. First off, I'm drinking some Blue Grady right tonight. It's important to stay hydrated. Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. The best place to find me is via the website. I display on the screen there. So that's 2phux.io. We got links to Twitter and the Telegram room in there. I am the co-founder of 2Fux, which is the fork of Aura and Convex for the Pulse chain built on top of the Fux exchange. This week, what we got going on is we have announced our Bribery protocol, which will be a way for the peeps of the Pulse chain to get bribes for their votes on the 2Fux, Fux, and possibly even 9-inch protocols for voting for which pools get the most yield and all that kind of other stuff that is about money. So cheers to bribes.
Fast Abdul, we will have to have you on one of our guest segments in November if you're around to give us some more information on our community deeper dive on that.
Sounds good. I'll be around.
I'll shoot you a message.
All right, Mr. C3 Works, who are you? What do you do? I'm excited to have you on, bro, because I was just watching some of your streams. But who are you? What do you do? And where can the folks find you?
Well, thanks for that. It's great to be here. I love the whole idea of a Whiskey Wednesday. That is incredible. I love that. So first, before me, it's far more important to know that I'm having some Bullet Bourbon here tonight.
Nice.
I love
Thanks
that.
for wrong.
Ryan there, great stuff. They do great. So I love that. I am a co-founder of Actuator Finance. The Actuator protocol is actually going to mainnet this coming Monday night. If you happen to be in the States, it's going to be midnight UTC on October 8th. So whatever that might be for you, that's what we're doing. And the Actuator protocol is designed to extend and advance the Hex protocol by providing liquidity for stakers. It's designed to provide a way to get liquidity out of your HSI stake. If you don't have one, you can produce one here. And it's designed to help provide a balanced market that will ultimately lead to a yield curve for risk-free rates of return in Hex terms. There's a lot going on there. Trust me, it's not a simple thing. I have a background in TradFi, in investment banking, and in the institutional fixed income space. So does my developer co-founder. There's a lot there, but it's a very exciting thing that we think will enable and advance the whole Hex ecosystem. And that's our goal. That's what we want to achieve. So you can find us at actuator.finance or Actuator Finance on Telegram. And if you go out and look there, you'll see all the different places you can find us. We're working with the Forge to try to get as many eyes on this as possible and as much transparency. We've got 2 security audits, 1 financial audit, and we're excited to get this thing out the door.
Excellent. Well, thank you, sir. Welcome. And I have a bunch of streams that you've done with Corey Costa, with Sloth, with oh man, I can't remember who are some of the other guys that have that you've done interviews with, but I need to check those out a little bit more thoroughly and go take a look, because I'm a big fan of the HSI system. So shout out to you.
More coming over the next 2 days.
Oh yeah, and real quick too, he's going to be actually on my channel, and we're gonna be going in depth talking about it, just kind of what's going on. It's basically a super helper for Hex. That's kind of the way I'm viewing it. Like it's going to be an interesting protocol because it basically makes Hex stakes more or less almost liquid, right? And I know that's kind of the issue that people have had with staking in general, is like, I have to lock it up and I can't get it out anymore. This is going to solve that problem. So yeah, go ahead and check it out, guys. I am dropping the link to my YouTube there. And yeah, it's going to be tomorrow at, I believe it was 6 or 7 Central.
Right. I forgot the time, but we'll find it.
Yeah.
Things, it's non-destructible and it's irreversible, or it's reversible. I'm sorry. It's reversible and non-destructible. So you can do with it what you want. You have full control over this. So there's a lot of advantage. And as a day one Hexagon, believe me, it was founded on the types of things that Hexagons care about, I think.
Love it.
Excellent. I cannot hear right now if anyone is speaking.
I got you, Will.
Okay, go ahead, Brendan.
Proof of no work. Dev, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, I'm just a Pulse Chain community member and fellow Degen. I'm also a developer that I've made 3 unique smart contracts on Pulse Chain: the proof of no work token, which was my first token, proof of some work token, and then I developed a staking protocol that allows you to stake any token to earn yield in that token. So I'm just here to support everything here, and I'm helping out with the actuator and the forge and trying to get some awareness going here, and could probably help explain some of the topics as well. So if you guys have any questions later and Bill has any need for input, I'll try to be here to help.
And you're always active in our Telegram, which we appreciate, always providing good value to our community. And thank you for that. Also, anything you're sipping on?
I do not drink. No.
Perfect. You got a right code. That's even better.
Wait, he doesn't drink, so like no water or anything like that either?
Super
You're right. I got some
dehydrated,
water.
bro.
I got some water.
Oh, okay. So you do drink then.
I should have
Excellent.
clarified that. Not alcohol yet.
I take IVs for my entire hydration system. Well, welcome to the show, proof of no work. It's good to have you back, bro, Steve. Good to hear from you and stuff, Mr. Simon of Wunderwolf.io. What's up, broski?
Hello, chat. Yeah,
who are you? What do you do? And I'm guessing the folks can find you at Wunderwolf.io. But go ahead, give yourself your introduction, broski.
Yeah, sure. So Simon, I'm the founder of Wonderwolf. It's the first mobile gaming studio on Pulse Chain, certainly large scale anyway. So we'll be making some cool games to take Pulse Chain to millions of people. And today I am mostly drinking green tea, although I am caffeinated. And they also have some original Bronze Age superfood, bit of milk there. So we've got some variety.
Excellent. Well, welcome to the show, broski. Glad to have you on.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Farmer J, you are a degenerate member of the Degen Roundtable Book Club. But for the folks at home who might not know who you are, can you give yourself a brief introduction and let the folks know what's going on and what's good? Oh, we cannot hear you. You are not muted on
muted, sir.
You're not muted on StreamYard, but your mic not be plugged in. Can you give us a mic check? The mic is not coming in. One more time. We might be having some tech difficulties.
Yeah, we might need to move over to Black
So
Sheep
for the folks
instead.
at home who don't know, I'll give Farmer J a quick little brief introduction, and then he'll fill in whatever I've got left over. keep doing periodic mic checks if you would, please, Mr. Farmer J. And then if you happen to cut in front of me, I'll let you take it from there. But for the folks who don't know, Farmer J is an excellent and outstanding member of the Degen Roundtable Book Club. Every Friday, I don't know if you guys can read this over here. If my, well, first off, my camera sucks, but also I don't know what the streaming quality is, but as it says over here, the Degen Roundtable, we go live every 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, where we talk to guests and community members such as yourself. On Friday, we do a book club. So myself, Nate, Zenith, Farmer J, used to be my brother. Sometimes other people will pop in, like authors or something like that, but we cover books that we think are pretty cool. Every week it's a new book. We do some cool things. Yes, there's Mrs. Producer waving right now. And then on Sunday, we cover the news and things, but Farmer J is a recurring member of the Degen Roundtable Book Club, and it's super great to have him. He's a super cool electrician, which is partially why it's funny that his microphone is giving him technical difficulties, because it's his trade and his profession. Are you having any luck yet, Farmer J?
He's not an audio engineer. He's an electrician.
That's true. He's yes. It is the magical power of
You're thinking of Dace, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So Dace is our resident audio engineer, and I'm just kind of poking fun at Farmer J. And are you testing again, Farmer J? We cannot hear you. If you're able to, Farmer J, I would suggest hopping off of the computer connection and then trying a phone connection. And while the quality might not be as good, it might be a different way to solve whatever problem your microphone is having. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to, and you guys can find Farmer J in the Degen Roundtable, community chat, which you can find. Hang on, let me grab the link right here for joining our Telegram. For the folks at home who are not already a member over at our Degen Roundtable Telegram, the way that you get into the Degen Roundtable is you go to t.me/DRT join now. For the folks that are listening on audio, again, that is t.me/DRT join now. That's how you hop on into the Telegram chats and how you come and hang out with us and talk about memes, talk about guns, talk about video games, talk about cryptocurrency, women, all sorts of fun and fantastical things. We're just a bunch of hoodlums sharing our feelings on the internet and seeing what's up. And occasionally I ban people, and I've had to swing the ban hammer a couple times within the last few days, and it's been we got you, Farmer. Excellent. Go ahead and give yourself a brief intro, whatever I've missed.
Not much. That's what happens when you pick up microphones dumpster diving,
Are you sipping on anything?
I am drinking on some vodka with club soda.
Nice. Can't go wrong.
My man. Basically the same thing, broski. I got
a little lime in that?
And
no lime. Ran out of lime.
Oh,
excellent.
Sad.
Well, welcome, bro. Are you excited excited for book club on Friday, Mr. Farmer J? We're going to be covering Millionaire Fastlane. It's a good one.
Tomorrow I will be listening to it at work while I pretend to work.
Yes.
While I'm hiding in the electrical room.
Well, it's about a 12-hour book on 1x speed, so I'm listening to it on 2x, and it's pretty good. I've already written some cool notes in the Telegram, so
yeah, I was probably gonna hope to cover about 2 hours of it tonight after the stream, and then
very good.
Listen to some of it tomorrow, and then hopefully finish it up on Friday.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have you, broski. Welcome to the Degen Roundtable Whiskey Wednesday. It's always a pleasure to have you on the stream with us. And finally, we've got our very own Mr. Crypto Black Sheep of the Degen Protocol. Similar name to the Degen Roundtable, but the Degen Protocol, you guys have been around for, you guys have been hanging out, having fun for like 7 or 8 years or something like that. Y'all been in the
7 years.
For a
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound like a munchkin.
I sound like want to be well, like I just got back from the gym.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me turn that off. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
man. We've been around 7 years. I got a community called the Degen Protocol. We got like 3,400 people in there or something. We've been doing this since like the BitConnect days. I got into the Hex community about 2020. It's been great, man. We've been in and out of so much different shit. Made a bunch of money, lost a bunch of money, but we're still here and excited about Pulse Chain. Well, we actually have a project we've been running for about a year now. It'll be a year and about a week on the 16th, I think, or a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
Protocol.
Actually. Yeah, well, we got all sorts of. We got a passive income thing. We got a GOAT token that's paired with Pulse, but it's on an up contract, so we're already up like 40% versus Pulse over the year last year, and We got validator nodes. We're running about 45 validator nodes over there. We got NFTs you can mint, and you can get your validator on if you want. If you don't want to spend all the money or all the equipment to run your own, we got that for you. So we also got we got a lot of stuff, man.
I was gonna say BitConnect, the OG crypto rug.
Yeah.
BitConnect.
Does anybody know if anything like BitConnect still exists? Is there anything out there?
That is actually how I found crypto in the first place. Somebody was telling me about BitConnect, and I think I lost about like $300 in there. I threw it in there. This was probably 2016.
Dang, your whole life savings?
Yeah, that was it, bro. And after that, it was downhill from there.
I'm drinking Truly, by the way.
Oh,
Truly Wild Berry. Yeah, I know Brendan likes this Truly. You
I
like
do.
the older stuff though, right?
I mean, honestly, I like Wildberry. I did like Wildberry before they changed the recipe and added juice to it.
So they changed the recipe at some point, right? Yeah.
But I still like Wildberry. It's still one of the better
This guy's
flavors.
like an alcohol encyclopedia. Like he knows all about the gin, all about the Truly. Like what else you know, man? Shit.
Man, I'm just about to start sipping on this new gin. This is a local gin from the Florida Keys, from Isla Morada.
Nice.
It's made with hibiscus flowers found in the mangroves locally in the Keys, and also pea flower. That's where the purple color comes from. So if you put like tonic in this or something, that purple will turn to pink. So the quinine changes the color. It's kind of just a gimmick. Doesn't change the flavor at all. But it's a really good gin. Really, really good gin. One of my favorite. It's my favorite gin that's made in Florida for sure.
That is awesome. I highly recommend, if any of you guys are ever down in the Miami area, you hit up this man, Brendan, and he will show you a good time. I went down there for the Cardano conference, myself, Josh, Antoine, all of the Degen Roundtable. We went down there and we partied over the weekend. Oh my God, it was such a good time. Brendan was showing us all over the place. We went and we did some crazy cool things. Not only like did he talk their ear off and give them like a fantastic presentation at the Cardano conference, but then we went out on the night. We were partying, having fun. Brendan was getting us into all the cool fucking clubs. We were like at some freaking like 40-story high-rise club in like an all glass like place. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's a VIP speakeasy. It's like it's a really cool place. It's a lounge. Yeah. It's not a club. It's like a lounge. It's like mostly bottle service. Yeah. But if you know people, you can get in without bottle service. Though we did have bottle service, and it was good.
It was super fun. All right, so gentlemen, Nate, did you have something there for a second, or was I listening to someone else?
No, I was just gonna whine and cry and say, "Hey, Brendan, when are you taking me on one of these fun adventures?"
Hey, bro, I've invited you down when you get here.
Yep, there you go. If you
I'll
build
be in New York on the 30th, so I don't know. I could stop by.
Hey, there we go. Speaking of New York, is anyone by show of hands is anyone planning on going to New York for the October hearing? I'm going to be there. I know that Zenith said he's going to be there. C3 Works is going to be there.
Nate's going to be there.
Yep, Nate will potentially. Yeah, Nate's planning on being there. Farmer, Simon, Black Sheep, Fast Abdul. It's looking like you guys are passing up. Oh, Fast Abdul has turned into jiu-jitsu, man. Proof of no work dev. Are you planning on going at all to the hearing in October since you're off camera?
No, I will not be there.
Okay, no sweat. I think it's gonna be a fun time, man. I'm thinking about like getting like one of those hot dog vendor carts.
Too close to Diddy.
Oh, SBF's over there too. I think I hear they're I don't know if they're cellmates, but that's gonna be interesting.
Same jail.
Yep, it's gonna be a good time over there. But excellent. So we've got 3 of us that are going to be heading over there. I know that I was on stream with Flat Earth Dave a couple days ago or a week ago or something like that over on Ramon Carrillo's channel. It was a good time. He's going to be there. A lot of Hexkins, a lot of Pulsakins, I would imagine there's probably going to be some haters. Probably going to be some Richard Hart haters. So we all got to be on our best behavior, and we can't be packing because it's New York and guns are super duper illegal over there unless you like jump through some crazy hoops and shit. But yeah, I think that
I'm illegal.
There you go. Yeah, cross the border, hop on over, you'll be okay. Hey, and you're homeless.
Yeah, if you're illegal, are you saying if you're illegal, you're okay? Is that what you're saying?
Just identify.
There you go.
Don't bring a driver's license.
Yeah, just identify. These are not weapons. They are wireless hole punchers.
That'll work.
Wireless hole puncher. We have a chat about that in the Degen Roundtable. So I have a question for everyone on the panel, and we can do this round robin, or we can just kind of like let the mics fly on free mode. But my question for you guys is, with this recent bull market move and this recent cool price action, what are you guys excited for? You can either talk about specific tokenomics, you could talk about news events, you could talk about cool projects coming up, but what's the thing that that gets your blood going, that gets you like the joie de vivre, the what is it that you're most looking forward to with Pulse Chain in the near future, however you want to measure that, whether it's in the next 7 hours, whether it's in the next few months, or the next few years. What is the thing that you are most excited for and most looking forward to? We'll go ahead and start off with Brendan, since he's off mute. And if you guys in the private chat, go ahead and drop in a comment, and whatever order the comments come in is the order that I will toss it to you. And yeah, Brendan, go ahead and let us know what you're excited for. And then the rest of the gentlemen, I will call you out as I see names in the private chat appear. Go ahead, Brendan.
You know, there's honestly a ton to be excited for. I mean, the Pulse Chain community continues to grow. The Hex community continues to grow. I mean, for me, I see us both as the same community now. I see us as the Richard Hart community. We're all trying to further these tokens, and I have a love for each of the 4 main tokens. I guess 5 with eHex. But yeah, they're kind of, to me, it's like, hey, we're all one community. But continue to see the community grow as we move up throughout this bull market. Of course, I think everybody's excited for green candles. Everybody's excited to make a lot of money this cycle. That takes patience, and the people that are here, the people that have waited out this 99% pullback, small dip, the ones that have continued to buy this small dip, are really setting themselves up to be financially free in the future, in my opinion, not financial advice. And so that's excited, but also, you know, I'm a people person. I love to continue to meet new people within the community, to see what people are working on. You know, here in the Degen Roundtable, we try to protect our community from scams and some frauds and things like that. But other than that, we're really just trying to bring everybody within the ecosystem together to show what's being built, to explain to people what's going on. That's why all of you are here. That's why we have so many, you know, guests that wanted to join. And we really want to connect different communities together. And that's sort of what the Degen Roundtable is all about. And really being that central point for news and for information, not just within the Hex and the Pulse Chain community, but with the overall economic markets. You know, I do focus a bit more on the macroeconomic side of things, as Will said. But the nice thing is we all have different expertise, and we need to help each other and build each other up so that we can all succeed. And that's something I love about this community. And I'm continuing and excited to build that more as we move through this bull market.
So the people, I like it.
The people and the Mad Gains, bro. I did say Mad Gains. Don't
the Mad Gains.
Don't act like I'm this. I can't even speak. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my gin next.
I like it. All right, Mr. Crypto Black Sheep, and I noticed with your comment, there might be a little bit of a moment of contention. So, gentlemen on the panel, let's be respectful of other people's ideas. If we disagree with things, let's attack the disagreements, let's attack the ideas, and let's not attack the people themselves. So, Chris, why don't you go ahead? What is the thing that you're most excited for?
I'm just excited to crush the PDI haters. That's all. You know, I really want to see. You know, I want to see this whole ecosystem do what it was. The narrative was that all these PRC20s would eventually get to parity, right? So I want to see that. I want to see that happen. You know, and I think it's possible. And I think, you know, even though I've got Hex, I've got all kinds of shit. But you know what? I think that, you know, that narrative right there is super important, because I do think we need a native stablecoin on this chain, and a very super decentralized stablecoin, and that's what he's working on there, you know. So I do believe that it's going to all work out. I think we're all going to be lit, you know, and I think if we all just stick together and we all see the vision here, I think it's going to work itself out. You know, love these communities coming together, building shit, and I mean, you can't find a better community than the Pulse Chain community, dude. So
I would agree. Like we're a bunch of super cool knuckleheads for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have our inbred members of the family. We have our knucklehead members of the family. We have our geeks. We have our Zionists. We have our cool cats and kittens. To be clear on your position though, are you talking about the P die pegging as like a solid stuck at $1, or like as a meme that goes up and hits in that general area and stays in that general area? Are you talking about like selling and redeeming kind of using?
I'm talking about full blown pegging, just like fucking wrap Bitcoin, all this shit, dude. Like, he's got the technology to do it. Like, it's not. He's got the money to do it. You know, like we just got to be patient. The shit's gonna happen, dude. You guys are gonna see some fucking stupid shit on Pulse Chain. That's why I'm here, dude. I don't even talk about other shit.
I will say there's a lot of fun stuff that is happening on Pulse Chain. I fucking love it. So excellent, bro. I like that you're excited about that. I like it when people are excited about everything. So that's why we're going around the panel.
This whole thing, dude. This whole
thing. Hell yeah, bro. I fucking love it. Nate, what are you excited for, my friend? And then Farmer, you're next. And then I've got nothing else in the private chats, guys. So for the other four of you, Simon and Fast, C3 and PO proof of no work. I'll toss it to you guys as I see fit after the chat thing. But if you want to secure your spot as a speaker, then hop on in there. But Nate, what is it that you are most excited about in the Pulse Chain ecosystem in the near future? However you want to measure it.
So as you know, I'm kind of the money printer guy, right? Yep. The entire idea from the very beginning for me has been, I want some kind of income, passive income, right, to be able to buy back my time. Because if I can buy back my time, I'm no longer taking 2 weeks off to work literally sun up to sun down like I have for the past 2 weeks. And instead, what I'm able to do is focus on things that I really enjoy, like say music or crypto. Like if I was able to have the same type of time that I put into my IRL job, but instead into what I'm doing here, you guys would be getting so much more information. I'd be so much more valuable. I would be so much more valuable for all of you guys to be able to make it right and not get crushed. And that's one really vitally important, because my starting the thing that I started at with, or I should say the start of my crypto journey, started with me getting crushed. Okay. I bought at the top in 2021 and then lost everything that I couldn't lose. So that was obviously not good. I gave crypto one last chance. I came up with an entire plan of how I was going to do this. And that was back at the very end of 2022. And I would say it was fully set in stone right around February of 2023. And I have been acting out that plan since then. And I'll tell you what, I think that my whole plan, that everything that I've been working towards is going to fully come true. And that is what I'm excited for, because that's going to be a good day.
I like it. Excellent, broski. So the ability to essentially set like a flywheel in motion to free you from obligations and responsibilities and things of that nature. I apologize, by the way, if my connection's cutting out. I'm seeing you guys hop all over the place. So Brendan, if it does, can you take over and just kind of pass it around? But in the meantime,
but you've been super clear. You haven't stuttered once. So even if it's on your end, on this end, it hasn't shown up.
All right, excellent. Farmer Jay, what is it that you're excited for in the near future on the Pulse Chain?
Well, first, I'd like to make a quick comment. I know how you guys were asking about what the government should do with that Bitcoin they seized.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I think they should do the same thing with all the drugs they seize. They should just hand them out to the public freely for us to partake. Just dispense it among the citizens, But
put it in the
Bitcoin dispensaries.
That is cool.
Bro, put it in the lower economic areas, part of like the inner cities and things. That would be.
Yeah, you gotta get your Bitcoin medical card to be able to.
Dude,
but no, seriously, I think kind of like Brandon. I mean, the first thing I'm looking forward to is the green candles. Hopefully we rip and make killer gains. But the second thing I'm looking forward to is getting drunk with you fuckers.
Yep.
In the bull run,
we haven't announced it yet, but we're gonna have a Degen Roundtable in real life meetup here in either 2025 or early 2026.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm honest though. Like that's one thing I'm looking forward to, where we can have a meetup again. I met some of you guys in person already. I hung out with Will in Vegas during the CMC meetup. Angry Twinkie, Crypto Boogie, But like, yeah, just hanging out with the community again, just it was a great time. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we can all, make it so like get to hang out with each other, in real life. And
Yep.
oh, he's got that cigarette still. I got my cigar.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I got my cigar.
I've still got the cigars from the same box. Now they're probably dry and rotted to shit, but like we're going to smoke these painful motherfuckers at some point that I purchased at some point while we were down over in Vegas for the CMC meetup. What was that, like a year and some change ago, like August of 23. So excellent, bro. Yeah, I still got
about
them.
a year ago. Yeah, it was about a year ago.
So Jay, Farmer, it sounds like you and I have very similar things: green candles, community, meeting people in real life.
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking forward to. Hanging out with the community, the Pulse Chain community, the DJ Roundtable community. Seeing the crypto mindset community. That's pretty much all the same people.
Yes,
a lot of overlap. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. There's
years of overlap.
I'm glad that you bring that up. This is I'm gonna do a little shameless self plug here for my little Telegram meetup system. bit.ly/hex_meetup is a great place that you guys can go to if ever you want to go and meet other Hexicans, right? So I created this little Telegram system, and it's basically, I'll go ahead and post a link in the chat. I shout this thing out all the fucking time. But for those of you guys that don't know, bit.ly/hex_meetup. You can also go to t.me/hex_meetup. But I made the bit.ly one because that will link you specifically to a very particular message inside a particular topic within that Telegram, where it will take you to the start here post that will explain to you how to use the Telegram. Essentially, you show up, you give yourself a brief little introduction, you talk about like the things that you like to do. You can give a little bit of backstory or history if you want. You talk about locations that you frequent. I travel around the States a lot, so I put in a ton of locations, like where I'm often at. It's basically a bunch of major cities where we build TV towers and stuff. But like if you're over in the Wisconsin area and you're near what's a Wisconsin city? Milwaukee, right? Or no, that's Michigan. If you're
Milwaukee, Madison. Yeah,
if you're in or near a major city, then you could just like kind of talk about the generalized areas where you're at, and then you don't have to dox yourself specifically and put down like a street address with like GPS coordinates or whatever, but like talk about places you go, things you like to do, and just little nuggets of information that other people can latch onto and go and be like, oh, we both like axe throwing, or we both like, I don't know, clipping cats' toenails or something. And so we can go and have a cat clipping toenails meetup and hang out, or we can go and, wander the woods in the great Serengeti plains or whatever the hell. So bit.ly/hex_meetup is a place to go if you want to meet Hexagons. It'd be better to do it when you're filthy rich and you got plenty of money and plenty of time, right? Because you've bought your time back and you're now wealthy enough to afford to do the super cool things that you want to do. I highly suggest you guys watch our last Whiskey Wednesday, where we talk about like what you would do with like different levels of magnitude of cash. We start at 1,000, work our way up to like 10 million, I think, but it's like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever. Like, what would you do if this was burner cash? So like, start thinking now about how you're going to budget your spending money, how you're going to budget your investment money, how you're going to budget your throwaway money, right? So anyways, that's my little 2 cents. I'm glad to hear that you're stoked to go and visit People Farmer.
Yeah.
And
quick note on that. I think we're trying to set up something for October, the middle of October or something, for
yes,
Southern California area. If anybody's in there, wants to hop in the chat, I think like middle of October, late October, like Southern LA County, Northern Orange County type of area. We're not exactly sure yet, and we haven't really formalized anything, but there's just talks and stuff. So if anybody's interested and wants to throw in their 2 cents in there, go ahead.
I like it. I like people organizing things, and realistically, you bring up a good point, Farmer. The best way to organize a meetup is for somebody to just be like, hey, I've decided I'm doing a cool thing. You guys should join me if you want to, right? You give them you sprinkle a little bit of that FOMO in there. You'd be like, oh, I'm going to go. Like, who doesn't like, I don't know, canoeing or cabrewing down rivers, where you get in a canoe and you drink and you just kind of lazily float down a river, right? You'd be like, I'm going cabrewing.
Yeah, I was
Or-
going to say, yeah, I think if you look in that chat in that Telegram group, you'll see examples of people that just met up and hang out. I think the last one in California was up in northern LA County. I think they went to a gun range and then to eat after.
Yes.
So that was fun. I unfortunately couldn't make that one, but wish I would have, but it looked like they had a good time.
Absolutely. I'm stoked for the hangouts as well, and I'm stoked to be able to travel the country a little bit more freely and not have to do it for work. I can do it for pleasure finally. But I'm gonna go ahead and toss it over to the other gentleman on the panel. Mr. Simon, I saw you raise your hand earlier. What's something that you're super duper excited for on the Pulse chain in the near future? And what kind of timeline are you looking at for this excitement?
Yeah, it's actually a difficult question to ask because it's difficult to narrow it down to just one, right?
Sure.
I mean, obviously, the game's coming out next year, Q1 into Q2, shooting meme coins, beating up crypto personalities. It's what everyone secretly wants to do. But I think more specifically, Bitcoin third angle. I mean, I do a bit of Bitcoin trading, and for me, that's when I know that when that kind of structure's starting to be built, and then I've got my third angle hit. It's all on from there, right? And you can almost plot ahead then like, okay, ETH probably that month, and then Pulse chain probably that month, and then that's when it gets exciting.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
Simon,
go ahead.
Have any of your tokens or anything launched yet? I saw I'm in your Telegram. I saw that there's it sounds like before the moon, the full moon, the blue corn moon. I don't know. There's a moon. There's some bonuses. But what's launching here soon?
We're doing the capital formation at the moment, like for the studio, so to fund the development and whatnot. But yeah, we're launching in like 24 hours. So yeah, comment into Telegram, check the website out. We've got some updates for the website. Coming like next few hours, basically. So yeah, it's all going on.
So if people want to get into the fundraising, is that anyone can get into it, or is it more closed?
Well, if you're a chat member, you're welcome. So you can just join the Telegram chat. It's fine.
There you go.
Excellent. And what did you say the name of the Telegram was again? So I can Google it real quick and type it in.
Oh, it's wonderwolf.io.
I can put it in the chat. I can put it in the chat. I'm in it.
I think it's what's under his name.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, excellent. Well, good to hear. Good to hear, Wonderwolf. So you're excited for the projects. You're excited for the fun, degenerate gambling. I like that part. That's the thing that.
Excuse me, sir. Trading is structured gambling. There's nothing degenerate.
But we're all still sitting over there, fucking prepping to slam the damn green candles right straight into the vein. So you can pretend to be all hoity-toity behind the castle of your trading view charts and looking cool and stuff. But we all know we're chasing that dopamine hit, baby. That's where the
I've definitely got some shit coinery going on in the background, but we don't talk about that.
I like it. I like it. Fast Abdul, we're gonna toss it over to you next, good sir. What is it that you're excited? Oh, and by the way, panel, just so you guys know, after we cover everybody, I'm gonna do a round of chat shoutouts. So, Mrs. Producer, I see you've been doing some starring in things. We're going to be doing that next after everyone on the panel has talked about the things that they're excited for. So, Mr. Fast Abdul, what's some stuff that you're excited for in the near future on the Pulse chain?
Thanks, Will. The thing I'm really excited for is insanely high APRs, which I think is something that we're going to see. Right now, we have some really good yield farming opportunities on the Pulse chain with multiple protocols. And when the reward tokens attached to said protocols double in price, the result is that the APRs double in price. If the reward values of the reward tokens 10x in price, the APR is 10x too. So, and the math on that is not exact because obviously other things are going to go up too. But like we could be looking at some 1,000% APRs and some yield farms and things like that. If we look at some things like the PulseX farms, the 2Fox farms, the 9-inch farms, all these things that give you a token that in the case of 9-inch and 2Fox have utility, and maybe one day in the case of PulseX has utility. And if that utility brings value and the bull market brings the money, then we could be looking at some seriously valuable reward tokens. And then we'll be looking at some yield farming options that are paying insane amounts of money. And then we'll be looking at crazy thick liquidity, which will be the result of all that. Hubble. So I think the future is bright for yield farming on the Pulse chain, and the future is bright for liquidity on the Pulse chain because of that. And that's going to be huge. So when any of us do go to exit, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years from now, when the bull market's over, we're going to be looking at giant, thick liquidity pools, and we won't see giant red candles. We'll see little blips that get bought up. Not financial or medical advice, but that's what I think.
I like it, broski.
And the stable pools allow people to keep their money on chain and earn,
Yes.
right? So that helps with the liquidity. And we were talking about this the other day, Fast Abdul.
Yeah.
It's something that's really important. And like we have the ones on Pulse X, but having even more options on 2FUX is really beneficial. And again, just the more money that we can keep on chain does help that liquidity, helps people getting it out, and helps from, like you said, prices getting wrecked.
Yeah, we could see a bear market where the Pulse chain still has billions of dollars locked on it, just mostly in the form of stable coins. Like 4 years from now, that could be the majority of the Pulse chain is stable coins bouncing around, making people 30% yield during the bear market until they're ready to redeploy.
Imagine 30% yield on freaking stable coins in a bear market. That's
that'd be fantastic, dude. That's enough to retire me.
Yeah. 30% of 20 grand. How much is that, Nate?
Oh man, that's you're looking at
6 grand.
Yeah,
a lot of hookers and cocaine.
That's a lot of hookers and cocaine. I like it. Now, to be clear, Fast Abdul, because I know that there's a difference between farming and liquidity providing. With a lot of these voting protocols, they are for the farms, right? They're not for fees. So they'd be getting an incentive token as opposed to the tokens that are being traded. Or is there some nuance there?
Well, it depends on the protocol that you're talking about. So some protocols are basically paying you the incentive token instead of the fees. Some protocols are giving you the fees and an incentive token. But like it all results to the same thing. It's your APR, your return on investment, right? So which is probably the number that you should be looking at. And what you do with that APR is what matters in the end. So in the case of in liquidity farming is sort of a made up term for liquidity providing with extra incentive, right?
Yeah.
But like you could be liquidity farming just on Pulse X in something that was not a farm and making the fees that the protocol makes when people trade back and forth. And you could still do very well there if the pair was very, very active and you didn't suffer too much impermanent loss. So, there's lots of ways to play this game, but certainly the protocols that incentivize farming, or in other words, incentivize liquidity providers, I think they'll obviously be the big winners. They'll suck in the majority of the liquidity. And then when we get to the stable coin part of the game, a couple of years from now, then those will be the ones where most of the stable coins live as well.
Excellent. I like it. So you are excited for the things that you're doing, which is good because you guys are the ones with the ultimate control and the ultimate power and the say so. So it's like you're excited for the work that you're doing and it coming to fruition. And we're going to see the changes that it can bring to the Pulse chain. I am super stoked to hear it.
Yep.
And speaking of things that we're working on, Mr. C3 Actuator Man, how should I refer to you? Should I call you C3? Should I call you Actuator?
Yeah, you can call me C3 or Bill, whatever you want. I go by all that.
Excellent.
C3 is a cool
Bill.
name. I like that.
I like it. C3. I like C3. It reminds me of it's Star Wars-esque. Very good.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it that you are excited for in the near future, my good friend?
That's a great question. Let me share that with you. It's actually not specifically about my protocol, though I'm very excited about the protocol. But I got to tell you, as a guy who's probably older than almost everybody here, I'm going to tell you what's exactly exciting to me. We have in the RH ecosystem an incredible circumstance that I don't see anywhere else. We have a unity and a diversity. The unity comes through what RH has done and is doing even soon in New York. There's probably nobody on this panel and there's probably nobody watching the stream who wouldn't agree with me that they either are going, if they could go to New York, and if they can't, they hope he prevails. Because we are dealing with a system, I'm going to be cautious here because it's your stream, not mine. That's not good. Okay? I've spent a lot of years in that system.
Feel free to speak your mind. You know, this is your opinion. This isn't our opinion, so feel free to speak your opinion.
And this is a degenerate channel. We love
and I'm going to tell you. And I believe that probably everybody here is unified in what I'm sort of saying and being cautious not to say too much. That's a big deal. And yet we have a diversity. There are people here that are all specializing in particular places. And we don't even necessarily all have the same opinion about those things. I don't care. That's good. I think it is. We don't have to agree on whether Project X is good or bad, or Project Y is good or bad, or whatever. And we can all believe the things we're doing, and we probably do, or we wouldn't do them. But my observation is, while we're applying the fullness of our efforts in the places that we are gifted to do it, we can still see that what's going on is a bigger fight than within each other. And that's not just a tagline. Trust me, it is not a tagline. That's why we're getting ripped apart, because narratives can pit us against each other all over the world, and they do. And yet, in the RH ecosystem, because we've got somebody fighting a fight that keeps us focused on a fight that really matters, we can all take our particular pieces and advance them for a common united good against a real adversary. And I'm telling you, that excites the living crap out of me. I don't know how to tell you that. Despite the fact that I have a particular focus, I can have high regard for everybody I hear talking. And I hope you're all hugely successful. And I want to do what I can to help what you're doing, wherever I might stand on any given point. That's not the point. You're fighting a good fight, and that excites the life out of me in so many different ways. And I heard that epitomized recently. There was a particular well-known Bitcoin maxi, I won't bring up his name unless you want to drag that in here, who has no regard for anything in our world. But he had a presentation at the Singapore, token, what is it, 2049 or whatever the heck it was over there. He had a presentation, and he was advancing the idea of the importance of meme coins. Now, we're not meme coins. We're not. We are not meme. We're far more than meme coins. We're not less than that. We do have them out there, and we should, but we're not less than that. But we are a whole lot more than that. And his point was to acknowledge the importance of them in the year or two to come. And when I listened to his entire presentation, and he made some very good points. I think he was flawed on a few things, but what he essentially said led me to believe that the best positioned ecosystem of anything in crypto is the RH ecosystem. And I believe that we're doing all the things that he, as no big supporter of us, would admit if he understood what we know. We are the best expression of that. And that has me hugely excited, because I believe that we actually are on. And this little council tonight, just this group here, represents the unity of what I'm describing, and even some diversity. We don't all agree about the same thing, but it's a microcosm of what I think the whole ecosystem is that gets me really excited to defeat the real problem. So let me pause there.
Yeah, C3 Bill, if you don't mind me, I think I'm probably going to call you that moving forward. But I think that you bring up a good point. And you know what's interesting? I think that if all of crypto understood the importance of decentralized finance, understood the importance of uniting against a centralized government agency that's attacking an industry that's trying to bring about good, positive change within the United States, trying to continue to keep the United States as a world power with top technology, top money, top innovation, that the Richard Hart case is important for every single ecosystem out there, right? This isn't just a case for Pulse Chain, for Hex, for PulseX. This is literally a case that could ground break the rules and the laws of all crypto. And this is what you're getting at. This isn't just a small singular entity within crypto. This actually affects the entirety of crypto here in the United States. And this case is really important. It is of the utmost importance, not just to our bags, but literally to the future of crypto here in our country. And I think understanding is what you're talking about. And I don't know anyone who would disagree with you here on this panel. I don't know anyone that would disagree with you that actually understands the importance of, defeating what has been an SEC trying to regulate through the court system, right? And essentially extending what their mission has been over the last 20, 30 years, 50 years, and really trying to take more under their umbrella that shouldn't be theirs, or trying to put something into a pot that it doesn't fit into. And look, we see this within Congress, a lot of bipartisan support against the SEC, which is very rare for bipartisan support against a government agency. And this Richard Hart case could really be a hammer in moving us forward to proper regulation and proper understanding of the importance of freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of expression, right? All of these things that Richard Hart stands for, but it's not just Richard Hart, right? That's what crypto is supposed to stand for. And if we really truly want to be definanced, if we truly want to be separated from the system, then we need to be able to innovate, and we need to be able to continue to build without someone trying to tear us down like the corrupt SEC.
That's totally right. We have to realize that their game plan, whoever they are, we could have that conversation separately, but I think we know who they are, is to get us to fight each other over the granular things and take our eyes off what the real problem is. And I think the RH community, this panel being a microcosm of that, we don't all have the same exact views of every project. I'm very gracious about that. I could be wrong on a million things. I know that. But we share a common objective because there's clarity about what the top level problem is that we're all busy fighting. And I think if we can avoid losing that perspective and grant that different people are gifted and incentivized in different directions to fight that same fight, we do well. And the adversary's plan fails. So I'm excited, because that was your question, about the apparent reality of that within the RH ecosystem. And hats off to Richard Hart. He's done far more than most actually fully appreciate in galvanizing that attitude.
I got a quick comment on what you guys were saying. So I remember when the lawsuit first came out, there was a couple of streamers I listened to that are like Richard Hart haters, right? They think he's a scammer, but even they wanted him. Even they were hoping that Richard Hart would beat the SEC exactly because of what you're saying. Even I think even the haters understand how important this case is, and how important is it that Richard Hart beats the SEC, because they're overstepping their power.
He said many times he's in this for glory. I believe he's going to get it.
And think about this, Richard Hart SEC creates essentially a new precedent within law of the United States for crypto. It might just bring a few new people into the Pulse Chain community. I mean, don't discount that. This could be huge. It will be huge, no doubt.
It will be huge if and when, I believe when, because the case against him, we won't go into that too much. It's baseless. It's meritless.
Yep.
I mean,
we've covered it a lot.
Nuclear herbs, wherever you want to go. It's a sham. And he's got the courage and the means to expose that. And he's willing to do it. That's huge.
I will say,
Yes, it is.
shameless self plug here, real quick. C3, myself and Zenith, we read the SEC's motion, or Richard Hart's motion to dismiss. We read
You guys
the
were wild
SEC's
for that, by the
response.
way.
Oh, what's that, Nate?
No, don't let me detract you, but no, you guys were wild for that. You guys went on for like 6 hours or whatever.
Dude, it was so long. It was
50,
so
11
long.
hours.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
read word for word the Richard
whole
Hart's
thing.
lawyer's response and the SEC response on air live.
Yep. And then we read 3 of them. So Zenith caught the first 2, and I was here to like field the chats and just be like a person to take breaks in between and like let him get a word in and stuff. But yeah, and then like while we were reading it, the Richard Hart team, they posted and uploaded their response to the SEC's response to their motion to dismiss. And so we're like, well, shit, now we got to hop back on and do it all over again. So yeah, like you
part
were
2.
saying, we did a 6-hour stream, Zenith and I, of just reading that whole thing. And I got to say, bro, I read the last one, and that was the Richard Hart's like response to their little thing. And it was such a treat to like listen to the Richard Hart-esque language inside this like very like formal and professional legal document that was being given to the government. And I was just like, oh, it was so wonderful. Like, you know, you have to get over the fact that it's all in like legalese and whatnot, but like just the little hints and the little tinges of Richard Hart style language. It was a good time reading all that stuff and doing all that. So I'm glad to hear that you're excited. And when you described all the people in the pulse chain as like having different roles and doing different things, and we're all attacking like one enemy, I see it as kind of like we're all on a chessboard. You know, we've got a ton of pawns, we've got a couple knights, some rooks, some bishops, a king, a queen, like all that stuff. Everyone plays their own little part. Everyone does different things at different power levels, and we're all just like at the same time attacking the one king or the queen on the opposite side of the board. So, oh, can you guys hear me? Or is it going good still? All right, I'm getting nods from Brendan. Finally, Mr. Proof of No Work Dev, I'm gonna toss it. Yeah, it might be bad on your end, Farmer J. It seems that everything is going decently, but Mr. Proof of No Work Developer, what is the thing? The question is now going to be directed to you for what is the thing you're most excited, and then Mrs. Producer, we will hop to chat shoutouts next, and then after chat shoutouts is done, we'll answer some of the chat shoutouts questions lightning quick, and then we will do a round of closing and we'll tie it off for the night. So, Mr. Proof of No Work Dev, what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most in the Pulse Chain ecosystem in the very near future, amigo?
Oh boy, well, damn, Bill really just buried me there with that whole answer. I don't know if I could follow up that epic response, but I'm looking forward, just like he is, for the court case to end. And one thing I would really like to see is Richard bridge some of those SAC funds, and then eventually Eric Wall to lose his bets. So those are like the things that I'm looking forward to.
Excellent. I have some thoughts.
I love that.
I got some thoughts on Eric Wall. I think that he's kind of like the WWE, what do they call them? The heel, where it's like they're supposed to be the bad guy, but they turn into the good guy later. That's my thoughts on Eric. He's a fun cat. He's interesting. I really liked the interview that shout out to Tom Gillespie of the G'day, the G'day community over there in the Tang Gang. Tom Gillespie made like some really good documentary series. I highly recommend you guys go check him out. But he interviewed Eric, and they did a fantastic interview. And Eric's just been, trolling and shitting all over the place on Twitter and just having a jolly good time, pushing people's buttons and having fun and things. So I'm right there with you, broski. I would love to see him eat a nice big old slice of humble pie and have to pay some people out. And everyone's just gonna have a good time and things. So that is outstanding. So the community coming together, the price action, or no, excuse me, you had said the winning of the court case and Eric Wall eating the slice of humble pie. That was
and I want to see Richard bridge some SAC funds too, man.
Oh, the SAC
funds, yeah.
Yes,
well, we gotta wait for ETH to go up, right? He bought so much, 170,000 ETH. Like once ETH, I mean, imagine Bitcoin gets. We were talking about this on one of our Telegram calls this week. We played a clip of Richard Hart, like from 2 years ago, where he said a safe estimate of Bitcoin for this cycle would be like 150,000 to 200,000 if that were to hit. That's like a 3x from here, right? Say 180K. That's like 3x from here. So for ETH to outperform Bitcoin, a 3x would from here and meet it, which means we would need to go quite a bit higher than that. So if ETH were to get to 12 to 15,000, like imagine how much money would be bridged in from the SAC funds at that point, even if it's 10,000 ETH, like holy moly. And that's not even considering the money that he has in all of his other wallets in consideration. So yeah, man, that thought process is mind boggling in a good way.
I heard an interesting theory, and again, everything is just let me pull up my little campfire stories thing here, but I heard a nifty theory that perhaps Richard Hart was buying the bottom the whole fucking time. So here's my little fun campfire story that I don't know if I believe.
I was going to bring that one up, Will.
What if he was buying the bottom the whole time and he reimburses his buys with the SAC funds, and he's dumping like there's amounts of ETH that we don't even know about, right? There's the public SAC funds that are doing whatever the heck they've done. Maybe he has already bought the Ethereum and he's going to reimburse himself, or who the hell knows? But like, I am interested in seeing the things happen from people that I think have a good amount of character, a large amount of like branding that they have on the line for making sure that the thing that they built does very well. So I agree with you guys. Like, I think it's going to be super awesome and super fun. And with that, on the subject of super awesome and super fun, Mrs. Producer, you already know what time it is. It's time for motherfucking chat shoutouts. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we close out tonight, we're going to recognize y'all in the audience that have been spending your valuable time with us and hanging out and chatting and things. We've got 15-starred chats.
What a great chat. It's been great engagement. Thanks,
dude,
everybody.
you guys.
I had a good time. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for hopping on Sheep. Like, it's been super fun. And shout out to everyone in the chats as well. There's 15-starred chats. I'm pretty sure that 5 of them, because StreamYard has this weird little glitch thing it does, but we've got a lot of starred chats. So Mrs. Producer, would you go ahead and pull up the first one, if you please? We've got Mr. Drip Fortune saying, "What is wrong with Black Sheep?" That's a long
We're all asking that question.
That's a loaded question.
No, because
it's
I came on the stream like this, so
Yeah.
I can understand.
It's
I got
it's
a bee
long
sting.
list. It's a long list of what is wrong with Mr. Black Sheep, but it's an even longer list of all the things that are awesome and all the things that are correct with Black Sheep. So shout out to this gentleman. We love having him on. They've got an excellent community over there. He's streaming every fucking day, bro. I don't know how you do it. Like that shit would be crazy taxing. But shout out
it's
to
like
you.
that's why sometimes I just get in and get off, because I've been doing it 1,444. I think today was 1444.
Yeah,
in a row.
Dude, that's
every day in a row.
A long.
Well, obviously
time.
I took a couple weeks off because I didn't have any internet, but I got that Starlink.
Yep, but Donnie was covering you that whole time. There was still a stream happening at 4:20. It's 4:20 Pacific every day. Excellent. Well, Mrs. Producer, go ahead and pull up the next chat for us to shout out. We've got Mr. Brightlight Crypto. Shout out to Brightlight. He's got a super cool YouTube channel himself. Talks about a lot of excellent things going on, but he wants to know, Mr. Fast Abdul, this is directed to you. Can I eat bryberries?
You could use bryberries to buy food, I guess. Maybe because if somebody tokenizes a food token and then uses said food token to pay bribes, then
like Unisocks.
Look, if schnozberries taste like schnozberries, I assume bryberries taste like bryberries.
Absolutely.
Really, Brennan?
When Fast Abdul, when the bryberry system comes out, is it going to be a token or is it going to be like an ecosystem?
Both, actually. So the general format that we're looking at, and this is not a promise and not financial advice, just sort of a concept that is being entertained, is that people would be able to get bribes for their votes on 2 fucks, perhaps 9-inch. And then there'd be a fee charged by the protocol. Same as on Ethereum, it'd be probably between 4% and 8%. And then that fee would go towards as a bonus yield in a pool that was 50% bribe token paired with 50% 2 fucks token. Which would be already a gauged incentivized pool. So it could be paying 100% already. And then on top of that, it wouldn't be all the tokens that were being paid for bribes. It would be probably they'd be auto moved into either Pulse or something like USDC, and you would get that on top as bonus yield if you were participating in that yield farm. So it would just become like the most incentivized yield farm on the Pulse chain that, you know, paid you in FUX, 2 FUX, and also USDC, let's say. I think people would get behind that. It's just an idea I have.
That's excellent. I like it. The direction I was thinking of is kind of like the Unisocks, where you know, they send in, where you send in one of the Unisoc tokens and you get a pair of Unisocks. So I was just thinking like, oh, if there's only like, you know, 400,000 Bribery tokens or whatever the heck, they send a Bribery token to a burn address, and then like, I don't know, maybe some blueberries show up at their doorstep or something.
Then
like
I send them socks.
I mean, maybe I have no idea, but
or berries, perhaps. Yeah, it's like we'll see what the community wants. The community wants USDC. We'll give them USDC. If they want socks or like, you know, maybe some raisins or berries, we'll give them raisins, berries, or socks. You know, whatever they want. So that's what's on the table. We'll have a vote. It'll be a DAO thing. It'll be good.
I love it. We do it for the people. Excellent, Mrs. Producer. Can you pull up the next chat if you please? It looks like we've got our very own, if I'm not, yeah, it is Ian J. Gold. He's made it. Yes, Ian J. Gold. By the way, shout out to Ian J. Gold. He has the idea of doing a poker tournament on a Wednesday with some of the fellows of the Degen Roundtable community stuff. Now, I will say, Ian J., we do stream every Wednesday from 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that's 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock for you over in the Pacific area. So any sort of poker tournament would have to be either before or after that time frame. So shout out to Ian J. Glad that you could make it, broski, and welcome to the stream. Up next, it looks like we've got our very own Mr. Tin Top, the one and only Mandalorian of the Degen Roundtable community. What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you too, Mr. Tin Top. What's up to you indeed? Glad to have you here with us. Next up, we've got our very own Paul Sachs, the Lead Farmer J, and then I'm guessing that's a U.S. flag.
Lead, yeah.
Oh, Lead Farmer J. Excellent. Shout out to Paul Sachs. Welcome to the chat, broski. I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about there, but excellent, and we're good to have you with us, broski. Next up, we got Hexado. Oh my god. That's Tanto no Mini. That looks like shout out to the Pulse OnlyFans guys. These dudes are fucking hilarious, man. So they've created a bunch of fake
that is funny, dude.
Fake AI OnlyFans stuff. Where they basically take Pulse chain content creators and they put they go to like Twitter or wherever the heck, and they grab people's like faces and they put them on like really sexy bodies, and so they've got Pulse hunks for dudes and like super hot like Pulse ladies and whatnot, but it's all just artificial intelligence or it's all AI nudity stuff and just like super ripped and shredded people. So shout out to those dudes. I will say
that's my real picture there. It's not fake.
Oh yeah, that's excellent. I love it. So one really quick and interesting cool thing about the Pulse OnlyFans, and I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but I will say that I was around when they did their sacrifice for their project, and these guys are the only ones that I know of that like they returned every single bit of sack money that was sent their way. So people sacked money for the project, and then they sent them their money back, and they sent them the Pulse OnlyFans tokens, which I believe are the PRC 404s. So it's like the halfway NFT, halfway fungible token stuff. So shout out to those dudes. I love their sacrifice model. I don't know anything about the tokenomics. You guys should probably not buy anything that I talk about because I'm a silly peanut brain diamond hand and I don't know what I'm doing. But I do like the way that they ran their sacrifice, and there's some interesting cats over there. So shout out to all them and other good stuff. Next up, we've got Conspiracy Crypto. Ramon Carrillo, sup fam? What's up to you too, broski? I did a stream with him on Thursday of last week where it was with Flat Earth Dave, and we just talked some super cool, awesome conspiracy stuff. It was a great time. They're great people, Ramon and Flat Earth Dave. They're some awesome dudes, super enthusiastic and very just warm-hearted, awesome people. So shout out to you guys. I loved streaming with you. It was a super fun time, and I downloaded Dave's Flat Earth app. And it's really cool, really fun. So I enjoyed talking with you dudes, and I'm glad to see that you're in here hanging out and having fun. Next up, we've got Edwin Rodriguez. This is Rod Zimma. Excellent. Good to know your real life name, amigo. I'm gonna try and give you a visit either this weekend or the following one. So stay tuned on that, broski. More details to come. I have to figure out what my schedule is looking like as far as work and availability. But I am going to see you before I leave the area. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I've said it live on air, so it will happen. Next up, we've got Hex Monkey. He's here for the stupid shit, and he's going to probably set some things on fire. Hex Monkey's a stellar gentleman. Met this dude in real life. Super fun and awesome. Nothing but love from this guy. Nothing but love for this guy. Shout out to Hex Monkey. Everyone who's a Hexican OG knows about Hex Monkey. Super cool cat. Glad to have you in the chats, broski. Welcome to the Degen Roundtable. Next up, we've got Gizmo asking about new development on Actuator. Now, we don't have time to talk about it on this stream, Mr. Gizmo, but Nate, I believe, has already responded to you in the comments talking about how there's going to be a show at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. He wrote it in the chats. Yeah, 6 p.m. Central tomorrow between Nate and I'm guessing C3 Bill as well. And they're going to be talking about the Actuator protocol. Super stoked to hear about it. It's going to be a good time.
Ascending Man. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a great old time over there.
Yep. YouTube.com/@theascendingman. So that's where you guys can find it out. And I'm sure that he will Nate, you'll post it in the stream topic, right? On the Degen Roundtable when you guys go live over there. So we can look for announcements and things. I'm presuming that you will. Excellent. And finally, for our very last chat shout out, we've got Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics. Hey, gentlemen, just getting out of work and heading home. Good to hear, broski. I swung by and hung out with this dude not too long ago. It was an absolute pleasure. I highly suggest that you guys go and meet other crypto gentlemen such as this man. It was super fun hanging out. We got some cool pictures, ate some cool wings, and had some beers and some fantastic talks and things. Oh, and we've got two more that have popped in as I've been paying slow and close attention. We've got Beyond All coming in saying, when is this stupid war going to end and our ecosystem can start flying again? I have no idea, but I will quote the Fallout game series, and I will say that war never changes. And the United States exports war, so I don't know if it's going to end. We make a lot of money when people are at war and we sell them the good stuff, but that's what's up. Next, we've got finally Dr. H, the cryptopractor. Shout out to Dr. H, who does streams on Sunday at noon Eastern, covering the Richest Man in Babylon series. He's a good friend of the channel. Super cool, awesome dude. He's a chiropractor, or I don't know if he still practices, but he was a chiropractor. He's a
cryptopractor. What are you talking about?
Cryptopractor, yes, but he used to fix people's bone snakes and their backs and things, and he does a super cool, awesome job. He's very knowledgeable in the medicinal field. We hung out, Zenith and I and Captain RG3 over on the effing Hangout long ago, and he does his streams, and he's saying, "What's the fuck up? Go ahead and spank that like button." It's good to see you, Dr. H. Welcome to the stream. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, that covers our stream for tonight. Thank you for joining us on Whiskey Wednesday. We're going to now go around this round table, and we're going to very quickly tell the folks at home where they can find us and what we've got going on in the near future as far as projects and things. Starting with Brendan, the Anonymous Bean. Where can the folks find you, and what do you got going on in the near future?
You can find me at X, find me on Telegram. I will be on. We got a lot of great shows coming up. Next week, we have actually the next 2 Wednesdays, we have guest shows. So that is really cool. The Wednesday after that is the Wednesday, the day before the Richard Hart trial. So we'll probably be covering all Richard Hart focused trial stuff. The week after that is the day after election. So we got a lot of stuff coming up on Wednesdays over the next month. So be sure to tune into it. And of course, our flagship Sunday show, we got our Q4 thesis that we are sharing with you all this Sunday. So you do not want to miss that show. Q4 thesis. We do have a quarterly thesis show, once a quarter. And this is the one. It's going to be really big. So tune in and see what to expect for Q4.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Nate, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future, amigo?
Well, as of right now, I'm putting together my my desk and everything. I'm doing a bit of changes around here. There's a lot of stuff happening. I am officially off of the little hiatus that I had. Come back to Green Candles. Feels good, man. But yes, I'm going to be starting to do a lot of different projects and everything on my own personal channel at The Ascending Man. So that's the link to that is right here. Go ahead, go give me a like, a subscribe, and everything. We are going to be diving into the actuator. And
I got you,
hell
bro.
yeah, man, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
And I rang the bell too.
Oh my god, he rang the belly button. I love it, dude. So we're gonna have a fun time over there. We're gonna dive into this. It's basically like a super hex helper. Like it's a really good idea. Liquid hex stakes is something that's extremely important. HSIs, right? That I mean that those are the ones specifically they're gonna be going in. They're not the native ones, the older ones, so to say. But nah, this is something that's absolutely needed for the pulse chain. But other than that, I also do have my Twitter. I'm gonna be able to get back on giving you guys as much value as possible, right? Over on my Twitter, which I am putting that in the chat as of right now. Go ahead, give me a follow and everything. I do, when I have the time, which will be now, I go through a lot of different news sources. I kind of put my opinions on stuff. I also ask some very interesting questions that'll get you thinking, right? I'm always out there trying to think of every single situation that might end up popping up in the market. So that way we're not surprised by anything, right? Like, oh no, I've just lost all my money. Well, that's not really going to happen if you're following me on a constant basis and always thinking, the same sort of way of like, hey, maybe this could happen, right? So yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, give me a follow, all that, subscribe. And there's going to be a lot of things coming out of me because this is a train that is not stopping. And I now have the runway to start going hard. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the fastest camel trader ever, Fast Abdul, who apparently is going to go wrestle some camels now, I guess.
Thanks, Nate. Well, that was, I'm excited for your new channel. I'll be checking that out. I'm not sure if I want to Google the combination of words you just said, but I will check out your channel. It's going to be exciting. But anyway, if you're my friend, you can find me at 2phux.io. We got links to the Telegram there, etc. If you're not my friend, you can find me in the freaking gym. And I will be shilling bribes for the next 2-3 weeks. Let's talk bribes.
Excellent. Mr. C3, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near future?
In the gym too, bruh.
Thanks. They can find me over at Actuator Finance or at Actuator Finance for Telegram or actuator.finance to see the docs. We're going to be with Nate tomorrow night at Degen, and that'll be whatever time they said it was. I believe that
6 p.m. I believe it was. It was either 6 or 7 p.m. I got to recheck, but yeah,
that's what it'll be. We're going to talk about it. We're in live testnet now. We're going to be mainnet on Monday in U.S. time, but midnight UTC on October 8th, which for most U.S. folks would be in the evening on Monday. That's mainnet, and farming 24 hours later for the actuator token. All kinds of cool stuff. We look forward to what we're going to bring. We want to advance the Hex ecosystem.
Excellent. Glad to hear. And I look forward to that stream
brother.
tomorrow. Mr. Proof of No Work, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near future, amigo?
Yeah, you can find me at t.me/proof of no work. That's my own group that I'm most active in. My YouTube is at proof of no work. My Twitter that I rarely use is PONW Pulse Chain. And I'm also in basically everyone's group here. I'm in Fast Abdul's group, Actuator group, Simon's group, and the Degen Roundtable. So you'll see me most time on Telegram. I don't know what exactly I got planned in the future in the immediate term, but I don't know. You could just find me somewhere on Telegram and ask me, and I'll let you know what I'm up to day to day.
Excellent. Glad to hear. I've gone ahead and dropped that link into the chats. Mr. Simon, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near future?
Well, I suppose the best place to find me is in the Telegram chats. Like Proof of No Work Dev, I have a Telegram addiction and quite enjoying it, actually. We get a lot done in the chats. If you're one of the guys who just kind of watches the streamers, isn't on Telegram, you're making a very big mistake because a lot of the stuff goes on Telegram, and it's worth trying to get into more chats and put a little bit more time in. In terms of what you got coming up, well, we got the raise launching. So if taking Pulse Chain to millions of gamers interests you, having let's say 10% of those people head on over to Pulse Chain and buy your bags, I think that sounds like a good idea. First meme coin game ever. Shoot 'em up. Going to be good. Lots of gore, bit of comedy, and then the first game featuring Richard Hart. Crypto Con.
Ooh.
And is that they can go and find it directly underneath your name, right? The wonderwolf.io.
Yeah, we're updating the website today, so we've got some new cover art, teasers, and stuff going on today, along with some, like raised details and whatnot. So yeah, just check website, come talk to us on Telegram, and yeah, let's do this.
Excellent. I like it. Farmer Jay, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future?
They can find me in the Telegram chats, particularly the Degen Roundtable one. But I bounce from here to there, and pretty much all of them. But at the moment, got nothing new going on, so I'll go ahead and pass it over.
Yo, is no one going to say anything about Fast Abdul's like 8 outfit changes that he's had today? How many is this?
This is
well, some of us are used to that.
This is part of the program. This comes standard when you're dealing with the fastest camel trader on the pulse chain. So this you have an excellent costume, an excellent wardrobe collection, Mr. Fast Abdul.
For the fans,
but finally,
shout out, man.
Yeah, for sure. We love it. It's
sometimes we have the hat streams where we all have hats and change hats throughout the stream, and Fast Abdul's always getting some sort of unique and fun outfit on.
Right.
It is great. And speaking of fast and unique and excellent, we've got finally Mr. Crypto Black Sheep of the Degen protocol. He is the asshole in charge. Where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on?
Last but not least, right? I got the laser eyes for Pulse Chain, right? Yeah. You can find me Degen protocol or Degen _ protocol on Telegram. Degen with 2 underscores on Twitter. So yeah, it's pretty easy to find me. We go live every day at 4:20 p.m. on my Crypto Black Sheep YouTube channel. So YouTube / Crypto Black Sheep, just like it sounds. Nothing crazy there. And Fast Abdul, I'll see you in the gym. Or is he already out? He's out. He already left.
He ran away. You got scared. You mogged him.
Yeah, Eric Wall, you're gonna miss out. 6ix9ine? He's gonna miss out too, right? Because he's talking all that trash. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be good. We're in the best place to be on the internet, and I'm proud to be here. And thank you for having me once again, Mr.
Excellent.
Daddy.
Excellent. He has popped right back. Yeah, I'm never gonna be able to live that down. For the folks that don't know, I changed my name too many times on YouTube. I was first Lord Will Stevenson, and then on their stream, I was in the comments fucking around, and they're like, "Oh, Lord Will Stevenson, he should change it to Daddy Will Stevenson." I was like, "Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious." So I changed my name, and then come to find out, if you change your name twice in 14 days, YouTube's like, "You're trying to do silliness."
Yeah,
you're a scammer. I was stuck with Daddy Will Stevenson for like 2 fucking weeks, and these assholes will never let me live it down. So if you ever hear,
you're Daddy for life now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Daddy is what Tate, Andrew Tate or whatever. So his profile pic looked just like him, dude. We've just been getting him shit ever since. It's so funny. Dude.
Oh, it's great. I fucking
we call him Great Valley. What was it, Great Valley or Walmart Tate?
You guys are fucking hilarious. Anyways, so to wrap the stream up for everyone, for all the folks at home who don't know, my name is Will Stevenson. You guys can find all of my socials at will.pls.fyi. So that's where you can stalk me on Facebook. You can stalk me on Instagram, stalk me on Twitter, stalk me on Telegram, do whatever the hell you want. I've doxed myself, so go feel free and figure it all out. If you can find me, I'll buy you pizza and beer. So if you show up to my shipping container that I'm living in and start knocking on the door, I'll be like, "What's up, amigo?" And then we'll go get some brewskis and a delicious New York pie. So that's where you guys can find me at will.pls.fyi. If you guys are Hexkin, you want to meet other Hexkins, go to bit.ly/hex_meetup. And other than that, I think that we have covered most of the official telegrams and things. I'm double checking right now. Oh, book club.
Yeah, we just need
book club. Book club is the next thing that we are doing not tomorrow, excuse me, but on Friday. As it says right here, where we do I have to remember. There we go. On Friday, we do books, and Zenith is going to be hosting the Degen Roundtable Book Club. We're going to be covering Millionaire Fastlane, and I got to say, this is a pretty damn good book. I quite enjoy reading it. I'm only about halfway through, but it's a story of like basically how you can get rich young by being a cool person that solves people's fucking problems, and by basically like this slow track to wealth of throwing your money in 401ks or like retiring when you're 70 years old or whatever the heck is not the thing to do. The best thing to do is to figure out how to make money fast so that way you can live the best life while you're still young. Nate, did you have something that you wanted to announce?
Yeah,
And I've
make money
also got
fast. Throw your money into Pulse Chain.
not financial advice. We're all just a bunch of we're all a bunch of
You gotta put
assholes.
the hat back on there, Brendan.
A bunch of assholes and degens on the internet talking about our feelings, and we've got some other guest streams coming up, and there's some things going on. So it's going to be a good time, and it's going to be a great time. You guys can look forward to not only our book club on Friday, but then on Sunday we're going to be covering the news. So who knows if it's going to be Telegram, read the headlines, go through news real fast, or if we'll have some more like long drawn out not arguments, articles that talk about like macroeconomics or some cool things going on in the Bitcoin space. There's some downwards price action that's going on lately in the Bitcoin world, but I don't care about that because I'm in the Pulse Chain world, and so as long as my prices are green, I can give a shit what's going on in the rest of the space. But as far as all the stream announcements, I think that about covers it. You guys should join the Degen Roundtable you guys check out our Telegram at t.me/DRT join now. Again, that is t.me/DRT join now. We greatly appreciate having all of you guys on the panel on the
Well, we
stream
do
with
get some
us.
people who just joined us though on
Yes.
the comment. Should we
Yep,
go over
I'm
that?
about to hop right into that before I do the final copywriting. Mrs. Producer, can you pull up the final couple chats for the very end of the show's chat shoutouts? Hooray, there we go. We've got, let's see, we've got Mr. Haas trademarked. I am sick of optimism, Arbitrum, insane clown posse, and all the VC coins I was holding still in profit and rolled it all into PLS today. Send it, boys. I love to hear it, broski. Welcome to the Pulse Chain. Glad to have you. Glad that you are taking your VC money and throwing it where it's going to make a difference and where the world's going to be made a better place. So shout out to Haas for doing all that cool stuff. Can you bring up the next one, Miss Producer or Mrs. Producer? We've got Kay Hudson. Is there any actual whiskey being consumed today? Gentlemen, if you will pull up your drinks, if you're holding any, I'm drinking Bacardi. So this is not whiskey.
C3 Bill. C3 Bill's got us on lock.
Yep, C3's got us covered. He's got the bourbon. I believe it was a bourbon. And then, we've got a smorgasbord. And not to forget, we've also got proof of no work, drinking the water like a good degenerate, staying hydrated, staying healthy.
Fast Abdul with the blue Gatorade.
Yep. Fast
and the
Abdul with the blue
fastest
Gatorade.
costume changes known to man.
Oh my
Strawberry
goodness.
lime now.
I don't know how he does it.
I got the combo pack.
Very nice.
I don't know if you can tell, but Fast Abdul literally is joining Farmer J right now. I think they were partying or something.
Oh, look at that! You guys are both under the 405 down there, hanging out, chilling in the Hexaco tent city. Excellent.
Not having a house saves lots of money to buy crypto.
Yes, and we can't forget about Simon drinking coffee over there because it's a good.
Ever since the pump, we don't need to eat cats and dogs anymore in Hexaco tent city.
Right.
Oh man,
you buy cat and dog food.
Yeah, since we've been pumping this past couple of weeks, we can afford some real food now.
Excellent. I like it. Speaking of being able to afford real food, we've got a couple more chat shoutouts to do, and then I'm going to close this stream out. We've got Daniel Robar up next, reminding me that I am Daddy Will. So yes, I have read that out loud. So now, congratulations, whoever wants to grab that soundbite. You've heard it. So there it is. And then finally, we've got Helgo. Everybody member by Hex. Remember to buy some Hex. Helgo is another protocol that's built on top of the Hex protocol. So I don't know much about them, but you guys should check it out. And then we've also got Taylor throwing up the shaka. I love it, bro. Hang 10, hang loose, everybody surf. For the folks on the panel, if you guys want to chill out in the green room and shoot the shit after we're no longer live anymore, feel free. Stay in as we do the stuff. Mrs. Producer, I'm gonna ask you when we do our final video roll, if you would be so kind as to roll the commercial that Zenith made for us for the Pulse Chain tour. That's one thing that I'd forgotten. If you guys want to get tickets to the Pulse Chain 369 conference going March 6th through 9th over in Las Vegas, being put together by the good RG3 and Wild SJ and Black Hexagon and all those guys, you need to go to pulsechaintour.com/events/pulsechain369 conference. I'm just going to go ahead and drop Wild SJ's socials in here because I don't have it pulled up on quick and ready things, but the link is in there, pulsechaintour.com/events/PLS-369-conference. So go check it out if you guys want to be a part of it. Use promo code DEGEN, DEGEN, if you guys want a 20% discount. In the advertisement that's about to air, it'll say 36.9% discount, but that discount is no longer valid. They've actually extended the period of discounting for longer, and so because of that, they're reducing the amount that you get discounted by, but you guys can still get 20% off if you haven't already done it. And shout out to all of you baby dolls who have actually gone out there and done the work and bought the tickets already, because promo code DGen was the most used was the most used promo code. So we fucking love you guys. Thanks for making us look good. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that is all that I've got. Time to start reading the end of show copywriting. I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the Degen Roundtable. As Agent J often says, we know that time is your most precious asset, and we greatly appreciate you investing it right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Degen Roundtable. My name is Will Stevenson. Mrs. Producer, go ahead and get that trigger finger ready. It's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to Degen responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pulse Chain Tour Masters Golf Tournament 2024. Zenith is making his approach to the green on this sudden death playoff between himself and Reginald Gerald III, who already completed his putt for birdie. Zenith needs to make this putt right here in order for his dreams of winning that jacket to stay alive. Let's see what he does. Oh, he flubbed it. He missed. He whiffed. He's a loser. I repeat, RG3 wins. RG3 wins. Don't make mistakes like that guy. Get ready early for Pulse Chain Tour Las Vegas 2025, including the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament from March 6th through the 9th. Sign up early and use the code DGEN at checkout before September 1st to get 36.9% off all of your tickets. Don't miss out on all the fun from the star-studded conferences, golf tournament, and nightly events in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada with all of your friends and favorite Pulse and Hex creators. We cannot wait to see you in Vegas, so until then, DGen responsibly.